Wait, no, now we're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hi.
Perfect timing. All right, welcome. Today we are brewing a beer. Shocking. We got Sam, our warehouse manager,
What's up, guys?
in the office to brew with us today. If you've emailed the support email or the warehouse email, you've probably talked with him. He is great at his warehouse duties and
You said duties.
duties. But he has not brewed a ton of beer. So today he's up here. We're going to do our best to show him how to brew beginner beer. We're brewing a German lager. Pretty simple recipe. Figured it'd be a good one to kind of teach you. And that way you can kind of just ask questions as you go. I know you have an idea of everything just from...
Yeah, I know the equipment really well.
Yeah.
The process is,
Yeah.
that's beyond me. But
Perfect.
I'm ready to learn today.
Heck yeah. Well, I think the first step is we went to the homebrew shop, picked up the grains, and then we're going to go ahead and crush them in the grain mill, which you're familiar with. So
let's swap out.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Libby's me as a film.
I'm gonna go
I'll
film.
jump in.
Here you go.
And Libby will jump out.
I'm going to grab a clean bucket.
Sam, I think we're just gonna have you do everything today.
Okay, cool.
And-
Probably make for a good beer.
It will. That's the beauty of our system, Sam. Anybody can do it.
All right, so bucket, grain mill on top of bucket.
Okay.
I mean, you've literally never brewed a beer before.
No, never.
Okay.
I drink a lot of beer, but I've never brewed
Well,
it.
that's part of that's one of the qualifications.
Oops, sorry.
You have to like beer.
Good.
So flip that around.
Facing us.
Yeah. And then this.
Let's put the logo on that side.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you
Smart
go.
man. See, he's a film guy too.
Yeah, totally.
All right, here you go. And attach that to the old mill there. Oh, I should probably put this in the shot.
Oh, nice.
That would be
Okay.
helpful.
Nice. Give me like a little what up. There we go. Sweet.
All right.
All right, got this going.
So this is gonna be a recipe kit, right?
Yes, this is our German Pilsner recipe kit.
Okay, sweet. Well, this will come milled.
Yes.
Double crushed, actually.
Yes.
So you don't have to have a grain mill for this, but.
Oh,
But we're
If-
kind of showing you the...
I see.
Yeah, but
full
we're showing
set.
Sam. But if you do have a grain mill, you can crush it even finer,
Yeah, so
and that will improve your efficiency. So,
True.
real simple. I'm just going to pour it in. You're going to pull the trigger.
Sweet.
And we already have the gap set. And here's like your adjustment on the back to adjust the roller, which you know. Typically, like I'll use a card for like a rewards card from like a grocery store.
Okay.
And that's kind of the thickness I'll set. So I'll put it in there and make it tight on that.
Oh, okay, I get it.
And that kind of sets your gap on the mill.
get it.
And that's, you don't want to use a credit card because you might screw up your strip. So the grocery cards work well.
JW is reminding us that they're already double crushed, but we're going triple today.
We're pretending they
triple
weren't.
crushing.
We were pretending they weren't crushed, JW.
No, they're double crushed.
They already are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was pretending they weren't.
Oh, were you? Well,
Yeah.
the gig is.
The gig is-
The jig is up. Something.
It's
like
something.
That. Something is up because. All right, Sam,
So when you're grinding your grains, do you just go all in?
go all for it. Go
Yep.
full tilt.
These will be triple crushed.
Yeah. Started to overflow, so I kicked it into overdrive.
There you go.
You ever burn up any drills doing this?
No, they hold up real well. If you're doing like hundreds of pounds, you probably want a corded drill, or a belt driven. But for like 10, 20 pounds,
Yeah.
your arm's gonna get tired before the drill, I think.
I feel like it might be easier if I was like 6 feet tall.
Right?
Maybe you guys had a smaller table.
We, for the videos, the higher table works better.
Yeah, I
for
get it.
actual brewing,
I get
makes
it.
it way more difficult. Like at home, like you want a table like that.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Guess that's everything, huh?
Yep.
Sick.
And then sometimes you'll have
Shake it
some
around,
residual-
maybe?
Yeah, but I think you're looking pretty good. And maybe give it a little love tap on the bucket.
Oh,
So
yeah,
kinda-
super in there.
Whoops.
Ooh.
Take the drill off there. And then you kind of do one of these numbers just because you get grain everywhere. So
Yeah. Okay, love that.
that gets some grain,
It gets it in the air.
but
Enough to breathe it and taste it.
but this will be like once you set the grain or the grain mill down, you'll have less.
you can
that falls
see
out of the
how much more floury
Yeah.
it is with the settings we have in our mill.
Yeah.
The double crush that comes with it works really well. But if you want like super efficiency,
So now is this
there.
triple crush process that we're doing today gonna screw anything up?
Worst case, we get a little bit more alcohol.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it'll just be a little.
Worst
more,
case is a good case.
Yeah, so our efficiency might just be a touch higher during the mash process, so we'll extract some more sugars from those grains. And then that's kind of what we're getting to next, so we'll kind of dive into that a little bit more.
This
You want to
is,
get your hand in there and get like a nice shot of you
there you go.
holding it
This
up?
is the triple dipple hot milk
Triple dipple.
tweak the nipple
I'm just gonna say,
crush
See
that
here,
we're doing
yeah,
today.
give me a nice scoop and then maybe just slowly let it pour out.
like a cheese pole, but
Yeah.
for grains.
See you on social media.
what's
We're
a-
gonna do it the other way.
what's a
with
cheese
maybe
pole,
this
man?
hand,
Let's
or-
let's. Well, I don't want to get over my watch. Come on
yeah,
now.
let me get it this way. How
Yeah,
about
how
we trade?
here? I can do this. Like backwards.
No, that's not.
Oh my god.
It's not awkward at all. You're gonna look like your hands like AI
Let
on
me
your.
come on.
Maybe I
on
should have
your
washed
wrist.
my hands before I did this. Anybody else think that's a good idea?
It's alright. We're gonna boil.
It'll be boiled.
There we go.
Look at that.
It'll be boiled for safety.
Sam knows about cheese pulls.
I've never heard of cheese
I've been
pulls.
to
I can't
Chili's.
believe you have it.
Is that like what is that?
It's where you bite
What's a
into
cheese
like a triple dipper from wherever, Chili's or whatever it is, Applebee's or
Okay,
something,
thanks,
and you bite it in the cheese poles or like a pizza.
Okay.
You bite into
And
it
then
and you pull
put
it out
on
of your mouth
TikTok
and
or
the
something
cheese.
or what?
Yeah, you like hashtag cheese pull and
Yeah.
you try to see who gets the best cheese pull. I'll show you some later.
Okay, yeah.
You'll
Let's
love
see.
it.
I just learned about I like my
love
cheese
it.
drippy.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Well, well, that's a whole thing too. Don't get me
I
started.
have no idea what any of you guys are talking about.
I know, it's okay. It's all stupid.
All right, cool. So let's keep moving. Guys.
Yeah,
Let's
we're waiting
keep-
on-
Oh, sorry.
waiting on the grain
I don't want to. I
grain
don't want to
basket.
rush Libby.
No, we're good.
There you go.
Our
Grain
artistic
basket.
process.
Sweet.
Boom ski.
Sam, you're very familiar with these guys.
Pretty familiar.
All right, so the main area you could screw up, really the only thing that would be catastrophic when brewing a beer is if you forgot to put the grain basket in and just dump the grains directly in. So that's like the one thing, and then like if you leave your ball valve open, those are like two things that'll be a real bummer.
Yeah.
So
you're sitting there scooping it out for an hour.
it'd be sad. Probably the best thing to do would be like pour it into a bucket and then put your grain basket back in and dump it back out.
Of course, if your kettle's all wet.
Yep, exactly. All right, so basket's in, and then if you want to pour, I will use one of our mash paddles, and I will mash in. And one thing you want to just kind of be aware of when you're adding grains is dough balls, which is just going to be a dough ball that gets kind of clumped together.
It looks like a ball.
It looks like a
made
ball
of
of dough.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, and it'll just be dry on the inside. You just want to make sure you break
Yeah.
them up so they get wet.
So if you're doing this by yourself, the best strategy is probably pour a little bit in, mash it up, pour a little bit in.
Yeah. Or like if no one's watching, you pour it all in and then
Right.
stir it in, and it's fine.
Right.
You can just break. They're not that hard
No.
to break up, really.
Do you mind handing me a mash paddle?
Sure.
Kyle? Yeah. I mean, a lot of times, like even when we're brewing together, we'll just dump the whole thing in and
Yeah.
stir it. But
Yeah, when you're not on live and people aren't gonna like leave nasty comments.
it just gives you something to do. Too. Oh wait, did we add a Camden tablet to this?
I did not, but you did leave it.
I put one in- I put one in last
overnight. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't really have a chlorine smell. to it.
I added one when I put the water in
Oh,
last
did you?
night. This,
Okay.
I forgot this
Yeah.
is the same water. So yeah, we already added a Camden tablet, and the water actually sat
So
overnight.
since this is a beginner brew day, just explain it real quick.
Yeah.
We're using tap water. It has chlorine in it. You
Yeah.
can add. You can just put your water in the kettle the night before and leave it uncovered, and it will actually just dissipate. Or you can add what's called a Campton tablet if you get a recipe kit. It comes with a Campton tablet.
Yeah, you just want to add like a quarter of it, and that'll remove the chlorine and chloramine, I believe, as well.
Oh.
If you leave it overnight, I think it just removes the chlorine, not the chloramine.
Oh,
is that
well,
correct?
how about that?
Do you know what
I
the
don't-
difference
I
in
thought
those
they
two
did
things
both.
is?
I don't know. I have no idea. These are questions people ask. The
chat will correct us.
Which is
just
where
trying
chat,
to-
which is where chat comes in handy.
I'm coming in this with the from the point of view of the viewer. So
Yep. Yeah, feel free to start dumping.
all right.
And then make sure Libby gets her shot too. That's the most important thing.
Most important thing in the world.
Are you getting a good shot there,
Yep.
Libby? Okay.
Should we rotate it all? You know,
You're good.
you like the technique?
It's really natural. You're great at dumping grains.
You know, I used to be a bulk manager at one point in my life. Bulk foods manager. I've dumped some grains in my day.
The dump
It's
king.
showing.
And look at that pour.
Beautiful.
That's a beautiful pour.
And that is 9 pounds of Pilsner malt, which is like we should have had you taste some.
Oh,
That's my
well,
bad.
shoot.
But, and then a pound of Great Chit, which Riverbend Malt House, which is actually a malt house in town here. They make really nice grains. So that's basically our grain bill. It's just basically 2 very light malts, which is what you want for Pilsner. It's light beer, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Can I get a scoop shot real
Yeah.
quick? Oh,
yeah, and if you
Wow.
had a dough ball, it would just be like, obviously like a ball of dough. And the main reason you don't want that is because it doesn't get wet.
Right.
And then you're not going to get the
That makes
sugars
sense.
out of the...
But we didn't
out
have
of the
any because
fluff.
we are experts.
That's it,
Yeah.
100%. So once you do that, the next step is going to be to recirculate, and this is the actual mash. If you want to go ahead and open the ball valve on the front of the kettle, and then turn the pump on.
Okay, where's our pump at? Right in
Wait
here.
1 second, I'm gonna get a shot.
You know, we have already hooked the hoses up, but maybe,
Yeah, we can, once we get
Yeah.
mash, and we can kind of go over that.
yeah, explain the hoses. And show Libby, but also let me tilt the camera down there for the
So
live stream.
this is the beauty of the spray valve, which
Yep.
you're familiar
Very
with.
familiar.
Yeah. And this is kind of doing 2 things. It's going to give you a little bit better efficiency. And when I say efficiency, it's just converting the starches from the grains into fermentable sugars.
Yeah.
And also it's keeping the temperature consistent because the water is constantly
Sure.
moving. So otherwise you got your element down here, you're going to have a little bit of stratification in terms of temperature. So kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone.
So are you holding it up just for camera
Yeah,
purposes?
100%. Yeah.
You pull it up for the live stream as well?
Yeah.
Just
Hey
don't
guys.
spray it on.
Spray it on Libby.
Yeah, there you go.
Have you ever done that by accident? Because I have.
On yourself?
Yeah.
man.
On the
I've had some mishaps.
to be clear, not when I'm brewing beer. I've never done that before, but
Just like
on my test kettles at the
testing
warehouse,
equipment.
yeah, I've accidentally lifted it up and forgot it was on. And
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so you want to check out the hose. So typically, I should probably explain this before we get into the hoses. Typical mash is going to be 60 minutes. And then there's going to be different temperature ranges you're going to select for your mash. So today, our mash temperature is 149. So we already set that on the controller, which you're very
Yeah,
familiar
yeah.
with. So we just set our controller 149. It's going to maintain that for your typically going to be a 60-minute mash. We do abbreviated mashes during our live streams just
Yeah.
to save time.
I was wondering.
So we do a 30-minute mash, 30-minute boil for these. Our recipe kits are designed for a 60-minute mash and 60-minute boil, just because you're going to get a little bit better efficiency. You can get better hop utilization in a 60-minute boil. So you don't need to buy as many hops, so the cost of the kit's going to be a little
Gotcha.
bit less. So basically, we're going to set our timer for 30 minutes so we don't forget when the mash is up. So that's, a good thing to do. Obviously, if you forget, you can just round it up.
Yeah.
But I always like to set a timer. So
All right, I'm gonna just like tilt this camera down, show these hoses,
yeah, for
and
sure.
then if you could kind of explain it for the
the
live
li-
stream, since we're using this as a resource as well. And can you turn
It's so
the?
weird.
Can you turn that off for a sec?
Yeah.
And then let's tilt it this way. Put it that way. There we go. I may or may not have completely bent that lid.
Oh, okay, that's what's going on. I couldn't figure it out.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
I know a guy who sells lids.
Yeah.
Sam, can we get a lid?
Yeah. I'll just drive home. I'll drive back real quick.
It's fine. It's-
I know, just teasing. All right, Sam. So I'm gonna stand where I'm not blocking the camera. So I'm good here, right?
yeah.
So I'm really bad, even though I designed this system, of like hooking hoses up wrong because I just don't pay attention. Am I in the way now?
Now you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm really bad. I like everyone makes fun of it. Did I step right back in it? I'll stand over here. Now.
You keep stepping right in front
Oh,
of
man, I'm trying to look at it. So the ongoing joke in our comments is, I don't know how to hook up hoses, and it's very true. I always screw it up. It's very simple, but I screw it up every time. So obviously your kettle out. You're familiar with this because he has a test rig at the warehouse where he tests a bunch of equipment for us. So, but obviously you got your wort out, and that's going to go into your pump in. And then the pump out, the best way to remember pump out is it's the one we put the ball valve on. And then pump out is going into the spray valve. If you wanted to slow the flow of your mash, you always want to restrict the flow on the output of the pump. You never want to slow the flow on the output of the kettle.
So is that so that the pump is being fed the same amount? It doesn't damage the pump that way?
It'll cavitate the pump.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm just trying to sound smart for all the viewers.
no, it's exactly why you want to do that, and it's you want to do that because it's easy up here. Like just bend over and slow the flow. Typically, like the only time you want to slow the flow is, let's say you're doing like a heavy corn mash or something very thick, maybe a heavy rice mash where it's super gummy and thick. Then you got to slow the flow just so you don't pull all the water out and have like a dry spot under your element.
Right.
But if you're brewing the normal beer like this, just let it rip.
Right.
It's so loose and easy to do. So
Makes sense.
does that work, Kyle? Do we need any more detail?
That's it, man.
Nice.
That is it.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna sneak back here and take a sip of coffee,
Oh yeah.
and then
Get a shot of this.
I think it should be like right around 5% beer is kind of what we're shooting for. And then we're using the 120 system, which obviously you're aware of here.
Yeah.
And mainly because it's a great beginner system.
I wouldn't even know where to begin with the 240.
With an electrician.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the main obstacle in terms of 240 is you have to have pretty much dedicated space, whether it's a basement or a garage. You're not gonna like install a random 240 probably in your house.
Right.
So the 120 is great for that because you can plug it in literally anywhere, on a deck, a friend's house, bring it wherever. So, but you know, if you're brewing a lot and you have a basement or a spot you want to make a little brew space in, 240 is going to be, it just saves you time. Just because it's so
Do you
much
think more
quicker.
people brew on average in their homes or like in some kind of garage outdoor space?
That's a great question. I would say in their homes, but
That's what I would do.
yeah,
If my wife would let me.
yeah, no, that's why you go outside, go on the deck.
I'd get sent to the doghouse for
Yeah.
sure. That's where I'd be brewing.
But you can do it on the deck or like on the patio. Like a lot of people brew out in the garage or like bring it out like in their driveway.
Yep.
And you know, just plug it in outside.
Yeah,
and
why
you're
not?
good.
The weather's good. Why not?
Yeah, but that would be probably a common complaint would be people that don't enjoy the smell of. I love it.
Yeah.
But
oh, I smelled it as soon as I walked in here. It smells really good.
yeah, but some people do not like it. But there's ways around it, whether that's like an exhaust hood and or an extracting like a steam lid where you're keeping a lid on it's going to bring the keep the smells down a little bit. But these are great points that are the obstacles of getting into hobbies like this. You need to have a space.
Yeah.
But this makes it a little bit easier because you can plug it into anything.
I mean, it doesn't take up that much room.
No.
Like in my test system at the warehouse uses like a tiny corner of the. I mean, it's a whole warehouse, but it uses a small corner of.
Yeah,
You don't need a whole room dedicated
No,
to it.
I mean you can do this in your kitchen at
Yeah,
home.
for sure.
Not a big deal. But I would say, what would you say, Kyle? Way higher percentage of people are brewing at 120 than 240 just for that reason. It's
Yeah, I
easier.
think most people are
And then once you you have your outliers are like the nerds, the super people that get real into it, which is great. Which is how we are. They're gonna have the 240.
Yeah.
Because they've been brewing for a long time and the investment's worth
See,
it.
I'd like to have a whole room dedicated to, just so I can feel like a mad scientist.
Right.
That's kind of my whole.
And people have some sick setups.
One of those essential oil systems with the 3 boilers, maybe one of these in the same room. I mean, you'd feel so cool. You'd be the coolest guy on the block.
Yeah, we've gotten some pretty cool pictures of people's brewing spaces.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, it's putting mine to shame.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, you got some time. You can chill a little bit, grab a seat. Same, any coffee? You need
I would
any-
love some coffee.
I have some
Great.
beer. Let's hold off on the beer though a little
It's a
while.
little early.
It is 11 a.m.
Sam has to drive home.
It's Josh.
Well, I might as well start drinking now. And if you guys sober up,
Oh, man.
I bought a bunch of German pilsners.
if you have to sober up,
Yeah.
Hey, I love
I'm not concerned about it. Let's just say that.
we got a couch right there for you.
We have like I have a hammock you can sleep on there.
I noticed that.
Yeah, man.
You use that frequently?
Kyle uses it more than I do. Some bullshit. Whatever.
I go in there to talk to her about videos, and I can only stay so long.
I
start to-
sleep.
Literally doze off.
That makes sense.
Like it's pretty
We'll show them
comfortable.
in the next video, so
Yeah.
they'll see it.
So,
Say yo.
Yo.
hello.
Is this a video? This camera?
Here's the video.
So I printed that out. I thought it was kind of cool.
Oh.
It's the data sheet on the great chits.
Ooh, I like grainy.
Yeah.
I like grainy beer.
So it's we're doing 10% is what old JW has put in here.
Did you use the word stratify and print out a flavor assessment? Who said stratify earlier? That was in the chat.
Probably me, because I'm pretty smart.
I don't even. No, I couldn't even tell you what that means.
I say one smart thing a week. And it's outshadowed by the 10 dumb things I say.
Wait, this is interesting. This style of malt was originally developed to sidestep the Reinheitsgebot. I always mix that word up. Reinheitsgebot regulations in Germany.
That's the purity laws, right?
Yeah, the German purity laws, which sounds kind of like something that you would get your live stream banned, but it's just it's just like it's a law in Germany that states you can only put 3 things in beer, which is grain, water, and hops. They made the law when they didn't know what yeast was or how yeast worked. It's like the beer would just like magically ferment, but really yeast is an ingredient as well. Anyway, this highly under-modified malt can serve as a great substitute for raw grain and dextrin and malts. So I don't get it. Like, how is this sidestep? Because it has to be malted. It must be malted barley. So this is
It's malted for like probably 2 minutes or something.
Oh yeah, the old 2-minute malt.
I think it adds. This is basically for like head retention and maybe a little bit of body
Interesting. And graininess.
and graininess. Yeah, so it should be nice. And yeah, we got some folks out there saying that a Pilsner is not a beginner-friendly beer.
That's true. I mean, in some senses.
So it's winter time in the United States right now, and I always, when I talk to beginner brewers, recommend brewing with the season, which is what we're doing today. No fancy fermentation equipment, no refrigeration, no heat source to heat anything during fermentation. It's called brewing with the season, so we're gonna brew with some lager yeast, and we're gonna put it down in the crawl space because it's the perfect temperature down there to ferment colder. So it's like the perfect time of year to brew a lager, put it in your basement or crawl space, assuming your crawl space doesn't get freezing.
Sure.
It's kind of the perfect time of year, and it's 2 grains, mainly 1 grain, and some hops. So it's a really easy beer to brew.
Yeah.
But the fermenting cold would typically be the issue that's hard to do, but when it's wintertime, it makes it super easy. So
Yeah, people say like lighter beer styles aren't good for beginners because if you screw it up, then you're really going to be able to tell since there's not like a lot of hops or malt in there to hide it. So we'll just say this is for the beginners who are finally now moving on to brewing their first light beer.
right.
We're going to use like simple equipment, we're going to use simple methods, and it is a nice beginner recipe because there are very few ingredients and there are very few steps involved.
The downside is
Especially when you skip JW's mash instructions.
yeah, you just got to do 149 straight up mash. I guess the downside would be there's nothing to hide any off flavors. So if something does go weird during fermentation or your sanitation practices aren't great and you have something weird go on, or you do have temperature fluctuations, but with 3470, the yeast we're using, it's pretty flexible.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to hide it behind. So like a big stout or like a hoppy beer, like a super hoppy IPA, any kind of defects can be hidden by all those extra flavors, whereas this is so,
You have to get it just right.
you gotta, you'll notice if something goes wrong.
Right.
But if you're gonna brew lager, man, they're great. This time of year, do it.
Dude, I was wondering, is the name 3470 or like the system for that because it's a good cold and warm temp strain.
The 3470?
Yeah.
It's a great
like,
yeast.
No, I mean, is it 34 because that's like a lager temp? And then 70 because that's close to your ale fermentation temp.
I like where your head's at.
Is that what that means?
Probably not, but I like it.
It could be.
It could be. It should be if it's not.
It should be.
JW probably know.
I think he's already commented.
Okay.
JW kind of answered one of my questions I had where I was like, this doesn't seem hard at all. So when's the hard part come in?
That's the beauty of our brewing system, honestly.
Well, I guess there's that too.
Yeah. Yeah, because it takes all the kind of monotony, like babysitting steps out. You just set your temperature and it kind of does it. The hardest part is us not screwing it up because we forget to do something.
Human error.
Human error, yeah. Yeah.
So,
basically
okay,
forgetting
I don't
something.
have the experience to know what it's like to brew on a system that isn't ours. I don't have the experience to brew on our system either, but I don't have a previous history to compare it to.
Right.
So what would brewing look like if you didn't have this?
Okay, that's a great question.
Like what, I guess my question is like you're saying this makes it easy.
Yep.
How does it make it easy?
So me and
As someone
Kyle,
who has no idea.
yeah, so me and Kyle started brewing. You would have like a modified like igloo cooler, and you would have a propane burner with
This already sounds ridiculous.
like a kettle, and you would have to heat your kettle up to like, let's say you want to mash at 149.
Yeah.
You heat your kettle up to like 158 or something arbitrary. So when you add that water to your cooler with your grains, it'll cool down a few degrees because you're adding it to the grains. It'll absorb some, and you want to hit that 149. So you're doing a bunch of guesswork to get to your mash temperature, and then you're using a cooler to like hopefully maintain that mash with like no heat.
So
I'm
this-
kind of probably not describing it very well because it's been a long time since I've done it. And then you would like fly sparge with like, I would use tinfoil with holes in it and like pour water over it to kind of mimic what this is doing.
This kind of sounds like akin to making a bong out of like an apple core.
Yeah, very DIY.
And live stream's gone dark. Yeah, so like this isn't the exact one, but the first berry I ever made utilized one of these guys right here. So you just kind of put your grain in here. You actually have to add a lot of rice hulls because what you're going to end up doing, and this nozzle will be taken out and replaced, but you're filling this up with grain and then with the addition of rice hulls. And then we just literally, like we heated our water up to strike temp and then just did like a single run through the grain. So we're just like pouring it in slowly over a spoon or something, trying to get it to dissipate, evenly over the grain, which is what
That is so stressful.
the spray valve in our system. That's what that does. And then it's just kind of trickling down through, and you really need to be careful because you don't want it to like get jammed up.
Right.
That's called a stuck mash, and then you're kind of screwed at that point. It's
Having only known this and you explaining this, it's like it's like I was raised spoiled or something.
I did very few brew days on old systems like this, and I really, honestly, like, I didn't continue with it. I wasn't into it.
Yeah.
And then Emmett made an early prototype of this and brought it over to my house and we brewed, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. It's so much more fun.
Because then you're just hanging out and drinking versus getting mad at a stuck sparge or...
I was going to compare it to like fishing or something where you just sit there and just enjoy your day.
That's it, yeah. And the only stressful part is the part you create by forgetting to do something, like adding the hops.
You get too comfortable.
Having a little too good of a time.
And then you're like, oftentimes you're using propane as well, so you're having to deal with like
swapping tanks.
Propane's a pain to deal with. And then like catching stuff on fire potentially, I don't know, man. I never liked using propane burners, honestly.
The only nice thing is
it's fast. But it's kind of expensive, man. Propane's not cheap.
No, I used natural gas for a long time. I had a natural gas hookup for my grill at my house. And I had a really nice Blickman burner that had a propane or natural gas adapter.
Cool.
So and that was great because it was inexpensive to run and it was always on. You didn't have to swap tanks.
Right.
But as soon as I moved from there, that's when I created the electric burn to bag system, because I was like, wait, not everybody has natural gas hookups when you move from a house to an apartment, it's just like you got to come up with a better solution.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's cool. This thing is, I've got a new appreciation for this now. Because like I said, I had no idea what people were working with before.
Yeah, we'll
stuff
have
like
to,
this
show
existed.
you, pull up some pictures
Yeah,
back
I'd like
in
to
the
see
day.
that.
But there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people still brew like that, but
Sure.
it does take a little bit more attention to detail.
And maybe some people prefer it because it's like building a fire with your bare hands.
Dude, there's some OG YouTubers that are still rocking that. It's
Yeah.
awesome. But that's just what they do.
Yeah,
you know?
some people are detail people. I'm not.
I would not want to do that.
Right.
Which is why I'm not.
Or you're either gonna bug over it, or you're like so loose that you're like, whatever, it is what it is.
I probably have not ever gotten into brewing just because I've always heard how complicated it is and how difficult it is. And I guess it really doesn't have to be, but
Yeah.
I'm probably hearing that from people who were using coolers to do it and spoons.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like there's so much more, well, with YouTube especially, like, there's so much good content. Like, like if you want really good content, like Martin from the Homebrew Challenge and Brewlosophy, or Steve from Apartment Brewer, like, they get into, like, really good, like, nerdy detail. And I feel like we kind of shine in, like, the everyday. Like, if we can do it, like, you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Because we're not the smartest
Yeah.
when it comes to, or, like, I mean, we're smart, but we don't maybe take it to that degree where you're taking it super serious.
Yeah, no, I get
You're
that.
having fun with it.
Yeah, I get that. Sometimes you take something that seriously and get that much into it, it stops being fun. It starts being work.
Yeah.
And if you're into that, that's great.
And then you become a pro brewer.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be me.
Right. I feel like that's where I'm at least. Like, people like I would have been a pro brewer 20 years ago if that was my gig. It's just like, it's good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
have to be pretty particular about things. Hey, Libby, can you tag me out? You're in the thumbnail. You have to be up. You have
Okay.
to be up in the. We're gonna do it.
Doing my duties.
And then we're gonna bottle this beer as well to kind of keep it
Yeah.
beginner friendly.
Some of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, we're not bottling 5 gallons. We're not crazy.
I mean, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, but we will bottle probably a 12-pack,
Okay.
and then you can bring some home, or however many you want to bring home. We'll bottle.
Sick.
So we could do 12 or 24 or whatever you want to do.
I'll do 5 gallons. You want to do that?
No, we don't want to bottle 5 gallons.
I really want
We could
to
though
do
if you really want to, but
Is bottling not fun?
You want to come down and bottle 5 gallons?
you
Be
can
our
do it.
guest.
Yeah.
So
Can it?
bottling's not fun
I mean,
then?
it's not.
You come down and do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
yeah. I mean,
You learn why kegs are so much better.
yeah. I think even back, I think I bottled like 2 batches, and then I went and got kegs.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's nice to have. The nice thing about bottles is the ability to like maybe store something for a long period of time. And
Sure.
you're not keeping a keg full that you could use for something else.
Sure.
But it is time consuming and space consuming compared to like literally just putting everything in a keg and
Yeah.
putting CO2 on it.
Yeah.
Not oxygen, but CO2 and carbonating it.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we'll.
Do you guys ever do keg brew days here? Like live streams?
In terms of
I don't know.
like, so basically,
Like we're doing today, but with a keg.
yeah. So basically, what happens here is we'll brew the actual beer today, where we're extracting the sugars from the starches, and then we're gonna put that into the fermenter. We'll add the yeast,
so it's
and then it takes a couple weeks.
I see.
Depending on the style, 7 to 10 days usually for fermentation, and
So
then
we will be doing that today.
we'll be putting it in the fermenter.
Okay, sick.
We'll add the yeast. We'll put it down in the crawl space to chill out and ferment at longer temps. And then,
Glenn and Friends is here.
oh, heck yeah. Hey, Glenn.
What's up?
So we'll put it down in the crawl space to let to ferment. And then what we'll do once it's kind of done chilling, and a nice thing about lager, we can let it sit down there for a while.
You got a lot of kegs down there right now?
We don't. We do not. The kegs are in the keezer. We'll show you that too. But then once it's done, you can come back up and we'll bottle them. And if you can't come up, then we'll just bottle them and send them to you.
Sure,
Yeah.
you can work something out.
Yeah, but that way you can bring some beers home.
That'd be sick.
Leonard Friends is pretty, like, how'd they trick their username out like that?
What do you mean? With like
The
the
check mark?
highlighted?
Yeah, they get the highlight and check.
Is it because they're
Certified.
like the
Verified?
certified?
Yeah, verified,
Verified.
right?
Yeah. You're the YouTube guy.
Thank you for honoring us with your presence. Bottling it is fun to do with a friend. Yeah.
Oh, I wish I
it's not too
knew. They won't do it with me, so.
You're legit. That's so good.
I'm legit.
Yeah, I mean, bottling can be a good time with a friend. I don't brew with friends typically.
I don't have any
have
of those.
Step one, friends.
Wouldn't know.
Step one, get some friends that'll bottle the beer for you. Otherwise, be lazy and keg. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with
I
bottling.
like canning. Canning's cool. It's a little
Yeah.
messy, I guess, with ours, but I think it looks cool.
That's how
it's
they
fun.
all are.
I'd rather have a
at home.
can. I think.
But
I'd rather have a keg, but.
Talking about
I'd rather
canning
have a
like green beans.
Like canning, like you buy like a beer can. Right up
Oh,
there.
that kind of canning.
That's like our beer canner. It's kind of a
Sick.
cool process, visually at
I
least.
thought you just changed the subject completely to canning
yeah, like so we're
vegetables.
canning vegetables now.
So like I'm not talking about vegetables. Strictly still on beer.
So JW is bottling.
Canning is
some
buns.
Some Russian Imperial Stout.
JW, you are hip with the times. He's saying buns. Oh my god.
But I mean, yeah, if you're gonna be sitting on something you're gonna put away like a Russian Imperial Stout or
Yeah,
something like
sure.
a triple, you're gonna want to put that in a bottle most likely because you're gonna
yeah.
put a
That wasn't
carbonation
me.
tablet. Because typically, I feel like we can after it's been carbonated in a keg.
Oh yeah, that's like the only time I've seen us can.
Yeah, I've not.
I've
Can
only
you
two or
can
three.
like you do bottle?
Oh,
Like can you put a carbonation tablet in a can and
Yeah, you
Can you?
condition.
you can condition? Maybe we'll do that.
Sure can.
Maybe we'll do some of those. I've never done it. I've never seen it.
I've only seen it in
I believe
bottles.
I've done it.
We are in the middle of our mash. We got 7.5 minutes left in our mash. We're doing an abbreviated 30-minute mash for the Brew Day live stream. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a first wort hop edition today, and the chat's gonna give them a job. They'll not let us forget to add that hop.
Give them a job.
Did we
Has-
take the yeast out already of the?
Oh no, I don't.
I was just asking that. We do need to see that,
Okay.
but nobody heard me. Are you serious?
Do you want to
Yeah.
get some shots?
Yeah, I'm gonna get shot to that, and then
Yeah.
yeah, that's
there you
great.
go.
Let's do it.
So
We're
Typically-
Let's just have Sam's in there. It's not that big of a deal.
yeah, you can see how he takes something out of the fridge.
So you open
So-
it. Go ahead, Kyle.
It should be in the fridge.
I'm trying to be
Hopefully it's not in the
supportive.
fridge.
I
I
suppose.
hope it's not in the
You did
freezer.
say fridge. Or I don't know. There's so much stuff in here.
It's 34.70.
Is it this one?
2 packages?
Yeah, if we're gonna
Okay, yeah, that's it.
do a straight up lager 2-pack.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dude, look at
Look at our cheese. This is so embarrassing.
Oh man, this is just like a broken package. What is this? Incognito. What is this?
I don't know.
This is great content.
Midnight can. What do you know about Tech Deck?
This is a jar of T90 Incognito pellets.
Oh, yeah.
I don't, but that's kind
Go
of
ahead.
cool. Nice. You usually want to let your yeast warm up. I don't know how
Set him here. I'm gonna get a shot.
important that is with dry yeast, but
Do it
it's a
again.
good practice to pull it out of the fridge so it's not freezing
Nice.
cold. And you're familiar with the yeast, obviously,
Yeah.
because you ship
Yeah.
a lot of it. But then,
I'm not familiar with using it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but just like anything, there's in brewing like a ton of different ingredients. There's tons of different styles of yeast. So
Right.
this is just a German yeast, kind of nice, clean profile, and it has a little bit of wiggle room on the temperature. They all have like temperature ranges they like to work in, and this one has a pretty good wide range, so you can do a little bit colder, a little bit warmer,
Gotcha.
and it's not gonna give you a ton of like
Is this
sulfur.
a yeast I'm familiar with?
It's not. It's not one that we have. It'll be in some of our brewing kits that we ship, but not any that we have in our extract kits that you're familiar with.
So if you're just joining, we're brewing a German Pilsner for beginners as the title, so you just, and the chat's gonna probably continuously roast us for, and this is Sam, our warehouse manager.
What up?
Sam's been managing all warehouse operations for, how long has it been, like a year and a half or something?
2 years.
2 years.
Maybe we're coming up on, what month are we in? January? Yeah, like 2 1/4, something like that.
Yeah, so he does generally just answers like shipping related questions, but also fields from some brewing questions as well, super basic stuff. it's not that complicated, but he doesn't have really any brewing experience. So the goal, I think, is for my goal actually is for everybody to
Know how to brew.
brew here, including Blake, our other warehouse guy. So we want to get Blake up here at some point as well. But so like any question, anybody can answer any question. I would love for us to be at that level of competency.
And typically, if someone asks me a question I don't know, guess what I do?
Google it.
Google it.
Yeah, 100%. But like, if it's obviously an equipment question, like,
Right.
you know, I know the answer, but, you know, sometimes we get questions on stuff that's equipment related. We don't do a ton of like crazy detailed stuff, but like if someone has one of our system and they're having an issue with a recipe, I'll definitely help troubleshoot and dig in, and it's be good for you to kind of know the process and how everything works in
Right.
terms of that. And you'll only learn, and you know, maybe, you know, if we talk to your lady and maybe see if she'll let you brew a beer at home, and make
She's
that
not
happen.
opposed to it. I just gotta have a dedicated space.
There you
and
go.
our garage is taken, and I don't have a shed.
Pull
What's
out
your garage
pull the
taking?
car
You
out.
got cars in
There
there?
are cars in there, man.
Weird.
I know,
Weird.
isn't that
Weird.
crazy?
Pull them out. You don't live in, you live in Tennessee, not Michigan.
Yeah, I don't like to get in my car when it's 95 degrees outside and it's been roasting in the sun all day.
Okay.
That's the heat
alright.
side of
Yeah.
things.
I don't care about the cold.
But you just pull it out for 3 hours you're brewing.
I could. Yeah. Could probably make it work.
Yeah. Or go to the warehouse.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Kyle, how about that space in the corner where it's a little
Yeah.
room? We'll just turn that into a brewing room. Take my breaks in there.
There you go. We kind of need to do something with that space. honestly.
Yeah, well,
True.
Paper space?
it's like a little, it's like an old
room
storage
in the
closet.
back. Yeah.
I think we will do a mash out, mainly because we gotta start heating up anyway,
Sure.
and the 120 takes a little bit of time anyway. So we're gonna do a mash out, and then we'll pull the grain basket, and then we'll do our first wort hop edition.
DJ Mahoney is wondering about the Space Force.
Shoot me an email, and then we can better troubleshoot as well. But what was your measured OG, and then also was that 120 or 240, and then your volumes. But yeah, if you email me, we can dig into it a little bit more. About a point short. Oh, dude, are we talking about a point? I mean, a point. And what's the gravity supposed to be? 1075? I mean, that's just, yeah, you don't worry about that. That's close enough, right? It could be anything. It could be, but if you're a point, I wouldn't stress too much about that. Oh, 1085. Oh, there we go. That's different. There we go. I feel like chat's gonna dig in this, but definitely shoot me an email to support@clawhammersupply.com, and we can kind of dig into it a little bit more for sure.
DJ, your target assumes that our target or our numbers were correct when we actually brewed it. There's a lot of.
They should be,
Wiggle room in
because
there.
I update all of our
Okay.
recipes with like actual numbers.
J-Dubs, you are correct. We did not follow the two-step mash. I think we discussed that earlier.
JW, we have 30 minutes, and this is a beginner boy.
Yeah.
So we just did we're just mashing at 149, kind of split the difference. And I guess what would be the benefit of like a two-step mash? Just efficiencies?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know, like, I was gonna say, like maybe a better conversion, because you're hitting both the alpha and the beta amylase. But let's not get into that.
Yeah.
This is the beginner brew day.
Yeah, it's beginner brew day. So yeah, we're just doing a simple 149. Do you want
Okay.
to pump that up to? I guess we could tell Sam what we're doing too. So we're doing what's called a mash out.
Well, you use a controller.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm super familiar with.
So
Sam knows it better than
we're
anybody.
gonna go 169.
That works. Yeah, 69.
Let's go 170.
170. So we're doing basically heating it up to
family friendly.
170, which is called a mash out.
Okay.
And that's just going to help Again, with a little bit more efficient mash.
What's first wort hop when we doing that?
Once you pull the grain basket,
Oh, okay.
then you put them in while the kettle heats up to a
Dude,
boil.
Andrew's on it, man.
Thanks, Andrew.
I was thinking, for some reason, I guess I had it confused with first mash hop.
Yeah, I did
Done
too.
that once.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll pull the basket and then add it. And then from what I gather, you're adding it when it's not boiling, obviously. So you're gonna get a little bit different hot character than you would if typically that in most beers you're gonna add your first hop addition like once it starts boiling. We're gonna do a little bit differently. We're gonna add the hops while it's coming up to a boil. So
Interesting.
and that's because our buddy JW helps us write our recipes. That's the method. He prefers with his German Pilsners, and he makes great beer, so we don't argue.
Cool.
Speaking
Thanks,
of
JW.
speaking of arguing, we're going to continue to argue with the chat about the German Pils being a tough style for starters.
It's wintertime.
Here's the thing, man. And when the German Pils was first brewed, they didn't have chest freezers.
With temperature
They
controllers.
just brewed it in the wintertime, and if it was really cold, then it was cold. If it wasn't as cold, then it was a little bit warmer. So
I believe they had caves too that they put them in that were like constantly the right temperature.
I'm
right?
sure not everybody, but I've never beer caves. Is that where? Okay.
I mean, I've definitely seen
Like a
pictures of
cellar,
it.
you mean?
Yeah, like a
Something
cellar.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like a yeah.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do actually is we're gonna put this in a bucket. Oven. We're gonna put this in a bucket, and we're gonna put it in our crawl space. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, it's wintertime here.
And so if you're a beginner and you don't have a lot of equipment, you don't have a lot of experience, this is gonna be a really simple recipe for you, and we're gonna show you how to brew it in a way that will work with what you have.
And it's an inexpensive
not a lot.
recipe. It's literally Pilsner
inexpensive.
malt,
Right.
maybe some great chip malt or something like that, and then a little bit of hops
Yes.
and yeast.
So
It's
if you
very
screw it
good.
up, guess what? You're only out some time, which hopefully it was an enjoyable experience for you.
But if it was summertime and Sam came up, I'd be like, hey,
Yeah,
let's
we
use Kvike.
we would not be doing we wouldn't be doing this in the summer.
Yeah, brew with the season.
Yeah.
Choose your yeast accordingly. And I feel like that used to be more common, especially in homebrewing, where people didn't have all the gadgets and stuff.
Yeah.
And you would, put it in your basement and be like, okay, sweet, it's lager season. And like, I just remember reading, forums back in the day, and a lot of people were kind of more in tune with that. But everybody has, a temperature controller and a chest freezer. Not everybody, but if you're first getting into brewing, you don't have it. You're not going to go out and buy everything. So
Right.
throw it in your cooler. I mean, your basement.
Right. I don't have one.
Yeah, crawl space.
I don't have one of those either.
Really? You're
I'm on a slab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Garage.
Well, we discussed that earlier.
No, just the fermenter.
No, just the
the bucket.
just the bucket.
It's a 5-gallon
Yeah,
bucket.
you
Oh,
just need space for a bucket.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I could say. But yeah, typically someone's gonna have an area of their house that's not as warm.
Yeah.
So where you could put it like
Yeah.
in a back closet or, something like that. So.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we like to push the envelope and be like, hey, this is a beginner recipe. Because it's easy, it's inexpensive. There's nothing more difficult about this than any other beer except your temperature.
If I'm here and it turns out right, then it's a beginner recipe.
Yep, that's it. You're a beginner brewing it.
Yeah.
That's true, man.
That's
true.
it.
It's wise.
Let's not eat our words though.
But I don't know. People want to see brewing lagers, then we brew a lager and they get mad.
Well, so we were gonna do this a little bit differently, and I did a Reddit post on this asking people how they ferment their lagers, whether they do it they actually lager them and then ferment cold, or they use something like 3470, which we're using, and you just ferment warm, or they ferment warm and under pressure, which is the other way you can do it. And originally we were gonna do it under pressure at room temp because we have the ability to do that, but we wanted to set this up since Sam's a beginner brewer. We're teaching him how to brew. We decided to kind of just take a couple of steps back and lower the tech, because the people on the Reddit forum said, yeah, I would do that. Like, I'd ferment cold, but I don't have a chest freezer. I'd ferment under pressure, but I don't have a pressure fermenter. So, there were definitely some people in the post that said they just fermented warm with something like 3470. But again, if it's wintertime, you can just toss it in your crawl space or your garage or your shed or whatever if you have the space for it. So that's what we're doing.
I'll help you stream. Nice. I didn't even think about that.
That took me way too long to
That's
figure
so
out.
good. And again, it's all about having fun, learning, and experimenting, right?
All right, I'm gonna just hang out again.
Yeah, so basically, at this point, it's just kind of, again, waiting to see. So what time did the beers start flowing?
Well, can you wait until 1?
Till 1?
Yeah. I mean, you
Brew
don't
day.
have to.
Yeah, brew day.
Can you just control yourself, Emmett,
How
please?
about this, man?
Just teasing.
I'll grab all the beer real quick.
Nah, I'm just
Yeah, where's
joking.
it
I'm just
from?
joking, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna come shoot that.
I got it from the bottle shop on Haywood.
Well, obviously, if your garage is 20 degrees, that's not going to be appropriate. But I'm assuming if you have a basement, your basement's probably in the lager temperature zone. But again, where we live, a garage would probably be appropriate temperature. So a lot of it's common sense. If you don't have the ability to do that, then it's not going to work out for you. But most folks I know in our location are going to have a crawl space that'll work out really well, or a basement. So, or heat it. You could heat it with a heat strip. You can buy those very inexpensively. You put a heat strip on it. But.
In East Tennessee, where I live, the garage does not get much colder than 20's as bad as the cold as that garage will ever get.
Yeah, and it'll happen twice.
Yeah, exactly.
And in those days, maybe bring it inside.
Maybe bring it inside. Yeah, and honestly, I got a laundry room connected to it that kind of also stays pretty chilled.
Right.
So
yeah,
you can make it work.
Like anything, you're gonna know if you're gonna have a room or a space that's gonna work for you. And if not, then put it under pressure or use a different yeast. I mean, but for us in our situation, we're in a good space with our crawl space. So, but yeah, you can also buy like the heat wraps, that go around the fermenter that you can set a temperature to. So there's plenty of options. Woo!
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
You got that?
Not really.
Oh my god.
Not at all.
Hell yeah.
One missing.
Seems like it.
One for the road.
Let me do that again.
Thirsty Tuesday. Bruce Day. Oh yeah.
We work.
Oh my god.
We work a lot harder than this at the warehouse, by the way. Just
Yeah. We have the pretty job here. Here you go. There's so
got?
much here,
Oh.
Kyle. What in the world?
One was a Japanese rice lager.
This is funny. Bobby beer.
Nice. Oh, dude, a Schwartz.
They're all
Look at
German
Bobby.
beers.
I like Bobby.
Yeah, that's cool. Dissolver. I love
True.
Dissolver.
Nice. Did you
not
go to
heard of
different
one of
breweries
these.
to pick these up, or
No.
the bottle
You
shop?
can check them out if you want. Let me see
Bottle
this.
shop.
Nice.
That's a really cool can right here. This one? A can within a can within a can within a can. We'll show you later. It's like
Canception?
Canception.
Nova Lager seems to
I
be
like
solid
this one.
basement
I
fermenter.
really
Heck
like
yeah,
that can
that's
right
good to
there.
know.
That is sick.
I think it's okay.
Is the world's oldest brewery true, or does like every brewery claim that? Since
That's a good question.
Since 1040. That's pretty old.
How do you know that?
That's what they said.
How do they know
That's
that?
probably the
I'm just
starting
messing.
gravity.
It's 1040. That's what I was thinking. It sounds like gravity,
So-
which we need to get that out.
I don't think so. It's a beginner recipe. Libby,
Oh, sorry, I was reading.
it's a
comments.
beginner recipe. I don't think we need to worry about it.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna take any ABV. I didn't know if I should get Antoine out or if we were
No,
gonna
maybe we'll use the
show him how to read the numbers and
yeah,
stuff.
we'll take a gravity with the
Because
hydrometer.
when I was new, that was confusing to me. So
Yeah. So the hydrometers that we sell with the little plastic test
Yep.
tube, at the end of the brew day, we'll fill that up with some of the wort that we make.
Yeah.
And then you float that in there, and then that'll give you what they call your starting gravity.
Right.
And that's probably what that 1040 is referring to, is like the starting gravity of the wort. But it could be a year or two.
It says since 10. I think it's
the year.
The
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's actually German beer.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was
that's
looking.
what it says.
Yeah, that's
So I
what
was
they
like-
claim. I don't know if
Well,
it's true.
I was looking at like True Brewing.
But yeah.
I was like, there's no way.
There's no way. Oh, that's from True. That's cool.
One of them.
I haven't had a beer from there yet. I'm stoked to try it.
Dissolver.
True. Yeah, there they are.
There they are. They make really nice beers there.
They're out of Denver, right? But we have one here now.
Yeah.
So
they make
cool.
really.
I'll be in
good
Denver in 2 days.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. Just for vacation?
Visit my brother.
That's cool.
Sweet.
Okay.
Brother, sister-in-law, and I got a new, brand new niece and nephew. out
That's
there,
so fun. Are they
Heck yeah.
twins or?
No. The
Okay.
nephew's not as new as the niece.
Yeah, he's a little.
He's like 1. The
Okay.
niece was just born like a month ago.
Okay, cool.
Well, that's not true. I don't know. She was born in November. She was born the same day as me.
No way.
Yeah, November 12th.
Happy birthday
Not the same year,
to
though.
y'all.
That's
I figured.
bullshit. That'd be weird. That'd be weird, man. All right, we're getting close. We're at 162.
All right, let me get the camera.
It's gotta be a few moments for
Oh.
sure. Because we're doing
You
120.
guys- Somebody had a question I was going to read, but I think it went away.
We do ship to Canada. If you add it to the cart and add your address, it should give you the shipping cost. But yeah, we do ship to Canada, and that ships DHL.
DHL.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got our warehouse shipping.
I think they're asking about the
here.
keg. Yeah, DHL for sure.
Yeah.
Smaller shipments will go USPS, but
Is the strike over?
yeah,
It is. So
Strike
we-
is- it's delayed. They
Okay.
kind of put it on pause. They're gonna bring it back in probably a month or something like that. But they came to an agreement to stall.
Can we ship with
Yeah,
them
we
yet?
can ship. Yeah.
Okay.
There's probably still delays though because
Yeah, I'm sure.
they've got a huge
Yeah.
backlog. But,
But that'll ship DHL because
Yeah.
it's bigger.
kegs will always ship DHL.
Gotcha. But yeah, just add it to the cart. What do we have? Like 2 left in stock?
2 or 3. Yeah.
So if you do want one, Andrew, I would say order it now
Yeah, jump on that.
because our inventory is pretty low. We're working on another batch, but it's going to be a little bit of time. So if you want one, definitely order it now. Heck yeah. Right on. We'll keep an eye out. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just shoot us an email at support@Clawhammer Supply, and when we're done with the stream, we'll help you out. Yeah, and DHL is crazy quick to Canada.
Yeah.
Dude. It's like
They
4
claim
days.
it's a 1 to 3 day delivery, which seems impossible to me. But
I feel like
They're
hit it-
super fast.
They're very
usually-
fast.
They usually hit it.
yeah,
I order a lot of film photography gear from Japan, and DHL gets to me within 3
Yeah.
days. It's like insane.
yeah. Strangely enough, they're like the only shipping company that is not unionized, at least in this country.
Okay.
Which I thought was interesting. I learned a
That is
lot about the
interesting.
shipping companies from our guys.
A lot of shipping talk.
Yo,
Yeah.
Libby, you think you can run your own brew day by now? I do. I mean, I think I could.
You're gonna do a video on that.
Yeah, I think I could.
Emmett's like, you better know how, because it's coming up.
I do think I could. Yeah.
we
The
were-
cake still intimidates me a little, just like cleaning it correctly. But
We were talking about this last brew day.
We were.
That you're gonna kind of
Yeah.
just create a recipe, or work with JW to create a recipe and then
yeah,
brew it.
J-Dubs, let's come up with something good.
The kegging side's the easiest side.
I just have. I'm not
We just
worried
need
about any of this.
what we should do is make a video on the keg, and then you not knowing how to use it would be great for making the video, kind of like the assembly video.
I guess I know how to use it. I guess.
Well, let's have you do an
I guess
assembly
just-
video for
yeah.
it, or like a usage video, like how to, dry hop with it, how to. Because
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
I guess that's more
Or the two of us
so-
could work on it.
That's more so it. And I'd probably want to do a beer where I dry hop.
But
I
it-
like a really hoppy beer.
But it would be good to have like how to use all the attachments, how to set it up, because a lot of folks have never kegged, and if
Yep.
you've never kegged, it is a little bit, can be a little bit overwhelming. a
Yeah,
little bit,
let's
so.
definitely do it. But this part of it, yeah, I'm totally confident I can do it. Not nervous at all. I've never brewed on a CH system, Clawhammer system. That's J-Dubs.
J-Dubs, we'll have to change that.
Yeah, man, what the heck?
Yeah, I thought you guys were tight. What happened
We
there?
are. I thought we were too.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Recipe video would be sweet too. Looking, yeah. Dave.
No one wants to watch a recipe video. though.
Oh, Dave, sorry, Dave.
That's the problem.
I'll put one in for you,
There
Dave.
are some really good recipe videos out there, but it's one of those things where like it's kind of boring, honestly.
Dang. It's rough.
But it'd be a good article,
Yep.
like kind of explain. But there's so much good information in recipe development out there on like beer and brewing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that
it's true.
it's kind of a tough subject to, I feel like, create a video about because there's so many kind of nuances for it. But what would be good is maybe just showing how to create a recipe for our brewing system in the software.
Somebody did ask that up there
yeah.
like 45 minutes ago. So maybe we should.
Like
They were like, can you try to like plug in our system essentially?
yeah,
So,
that'd be good. And that,
yeah, we should totally do
And then
that.
we could show like maybe pulling a recipe from a magazine or something and
Yeah.
putting it in.
Yeah.
Because that's when people are first getting into brewing and recipe development, your best bet is to find a good recipe in like
Yeah.
beer BYO magazine or Craft Beer and Brew magazine.
And then kind of build off of that.
Yeah, exactly. Or just copy it direct and be like, here's the recipe, I'm gonna brew
Oh,
it.
that was Dave.
So
Yeah, okay. I'm like, I know I saw somebody say that. So yeah, Dave, we'll definitely.
if you use Brewfather, it should be in there, and if not, me and JW actually working on getting that uploaded. So, but
Yeah.
I think in the 120s already in Brewfather. So if you go to equipment profiles, it should be in there already. If not, let me know.
Are you leaving?
I'm gonna leave mostly
Say bye, Kyle.
because we're trying to teach Sam how to brew beer here, and if I stay,
That's it. It's here.
then he's gonna learn the wrong stuff.
It's gonna learn bad habits.
Oh my God.
What's our temp at there?
I'll be back though.
He's coming back.
167.
Yeah, 167. I can't read upside down. I don't know.
Should we?
167,
Should we
yeah.
wait for you to get tacos?
You can order tacos whenever you want. Yeah, if you guys.
Do you
want
eat
to,
it?
Go for it.
We can eat.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'll order tacos as well, but
Okay.
it's not until.
What time do you think you'll be back? I guess.
I'll be back at like maybe.
I'm gonna get a fuzzy thing. Sorry, y'all.
15.
Sorry.
Okay, we'll be fine. Yeah.
1:15, and
Okay.
yeah, crack those beers if you want as well.
Sweet.
Sweet.
We'll have fun.
Someone said our friend looks thirsty.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't really know how to respond to that.
I'm like, dehydrated or needs beer?
I wasn't sure what it meant.
I think they meant you need beer,
Well,
but maybe they meant you look dehydrated, but you don't.
I can't.
It's like, thanks. It's like someone saying your friend looks sick.
Someone said Kyle looks sick.
It's probably just the lights.
You look really tired today.
We have new lights, so if we look pale, that's why. Beer.
But would
yeah.
you like a beer, or
Yeah,
is
why
it
not?
too early?
Yeah.
Okay.
As I say, I can pour you a shot of espresso if you want. If you
Well,
want.
Kyle did offer me a coffee like
I know,
2
and
hours
then-
ago, and then never gave me one. Which whatever.
Yeah, we have a coffee shop across the street.
You say yes.
He did. I did hear that.
I was like, yeah, sounds great. Nothing.
There's a lot of ADHD in
Do you
this
want?
place.
Do you want a coffee? 'Cause
No, I'm fine with
I
whatever.
said, well, there's a spot across the street, or there's that. We can go grab you.
I love beers and I love coffee, so
what do you just do with the beers?
I have
What
no idea.
did he do with the beers?
He took them and hid them and said, "You guys are welcome to crack those open." But he took them.
What did you do, Kyle? They're really not out anymore? That is crazy.
I'm sure he put them in like a fridge or something, right?
Are they in this one? I can't see. It's like blocked.
Yeah, they're in this one.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
They all saw that. They wanted us to. Look
All these
like
built-in
buffoons.
fridges are
Just
so
grab
cool.
whatever you want. We'll pour it
There's
three
also a
ways.
cereal stout.
You guys pick. I don't care. I'll drink anything.
Oh man. Yeah, Emma, you pick. What sounds good?
I mean, we're just gonna do this one.
Do
It's
it.
the first one I saw. I don't like to overthink.
Dissolver, yeah. Dissolver has great beer. They've become like my top 3.
I do like the art on that.
Yeah.
It's a big eyeball. It's kind of grossing me out.
did
Oh, I didn't see the
a,
eyeballs, just into the flowers.
we did a
Pretty flowers.
live.
And the
Andrew,
map
a
stuff.
little late, Andrew.
We did a brew day with them a few years ago.
I know.
February.
I wish I would have been there for that one. Those guys are really cool.
They're super cool.
We should
make
do one with
really-
Dissolver.
they
One
make
of the
really-
owners is from T County. From
Is he
Newfoundland.
really?
Yeah, he went to high school with my brother.
Oh, funny.
So I know a guy. Maybe we should drop a name. Pilsners have become my favorite beer these days.
Yeah.
I was really into like hazy and juicy IPAs for a second. Not in a douchey way. They just are so. I love.
I like IPAs. I've
so
never had it. I don't know
delicious.
what a juicy IPA is, but I like
Just
IPAs.
like really. Well, they look like really hazy and they're really. I just love hops. But anyways, that's been too much for me. Like the mouth feels kind of thick and.
Yeah.
They're like 8%, and so I've been really
IPAs
digging.
are, you
Yeah,
mean?
like the ones
Yeah.
I was drinking at least over the summer. But ironically enough, I feel like I don't drink that much unless I'm at work.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is funny. We're always tasting something, but this is like 5%, so it's a lot more tame.
When
Pilsners are
before I
great.
started working here, I mostly just drank like Diet Millers.
Dude,
That's about
there you
it.
go.
And then,
Nothing wrong with that.
but then I
Yeah.
started opening up my palate more since starting here, and
Yeah.
and now I've not had anything that I've disliked.
That's great.
The only thing that I have tried in the past and not been brave enough to try again was a milk stout.
Okay,
Okay.
sure, that's understandable.
Yeah, that kicked
That
me in
feels
the teeth when I was
understandable.
like a 18-year-old kid.
Give me a tiny pour.
And if they're,
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, I could do it, depending on the milk stouts, they could be good or or not great.
Yeah, I think I had a duck rabbit when I was like 19, 20 years old.
Okay.
21.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Actually, legitimately, probably, because I think I paid for it myself at a grocery store.
So is this a Schwartz? What do we got here?
I don't know. I was reading it and then I stopped. I should probably get a video.
Oh, it's a Dunkel.
I'm gonna grab a. I thought this smelled like.
It's what we brewed last week, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna get a shot.
Is IPA a douchey beer? No, I don't think so.
No, I just.
Is that what you said?
I said not in a douchey way because people are always like.
She put that label on it.
I did. Sorry, y'all. I don't think it's douchey. People get like real. I don't know, pretentious maybe? Is that what I'm looking for?
Yeah, well, there was that time where people were like,
Yeah.
I only drink IPAs. And
Yeah, I guess that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I've had some people be like, really?
I think they're a lot more accepted now. Like, everyone's just kind of like, oh, yeah, IPAs are good. Like,
I
no-
say drink whatever the hell you like.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares?
There was definitely a time. It was a meme.
Squeeze by.
People who drink IPAs.
Yeah, I'm not crazy, right? Was that a thing?
Oh my gosh. Is this house cannot be level.
Next IPA is going to be called Douche Canoe. That's right. A lately hazy pale is a solution. Yeah, that sounds great. That's delicious.
It's very nice.
Wow.
So this is from Dissolver. Really,
Wow.
really good brewery in Asheville.
Delicious.
They're calling it a Munich Dunkel. So they have super cool artwork. The folks that own it, super, super good people. We did a video with them a couple years ago. I think it was like, we brewed the same beer on like
Yeah.
our system versus their like $1 million
$1
system or whatever. I mean, I think we elaborated, but I think we were including the cost of the building in there. But
I mean,
but they have a very nice setup. They make very, very good beer. And ours probably would have been just as good, but we had some fermentation troubles. And I'm gonna call that close enough to our
Yeah.
mash out,
let's do it.
so we can bring it up to a boil. So, Sam, this is our mash is done at this point, and then we just finished our mash out. So we're at 169.9.
Yeah. Nice.
Basically heating that up to 170 basically kind of stops all the conversion, gives you a little bit better efficiencies in the mash, which we talked about earlier. So at this point, we're going to turn the pump off.
First wort hops.
Did you get the...
Go ahead. Thank
We're
you.
going to turn the pump off, and then we're going to close the ball valve. And then this is the point that it's going to be very hot, because obviously it's 170 degrees.
Right.
If you don't do a mash out and it's only at like 150, it's crazy like how big of a difference that 20 degrees makes. Because like 150 is like, whatever. But like 170 is like pretty toasty on the hands.
Oh, yeah.
So this is where the grain hooks come into play too. And this is the point where if you're brewing alone, you're going to want to have a
Pulley.
eye hook and then one of our pulleys that we sell.
Yep.
And then you just literally pull it up. And for whatever reason, we just never use one.
I'd want one even if I had 10 people in the room because they're cool.
Yeah, and it makes life easier.
Makes you feel like a pirate or something doing like the sails.
But since we don't have ours hooked up right now, I'm gonna enlist you to either pull the basket or put the hooks in.
Okay. Whatever you want me to do.
I'll have you lift the basket. It's your first brew day. So this is quote unquote the mash out. We're just removing the grains from the basket, leaving just the liquid behind.
Sure.
And then yes, lift it above it, and then I'll slide the hooks in as quick as possible.
Nice.
And just drop it back in. Heck yeah.
That was way heavier than I expected it to be.
Yeah, if you
Yeah, it's
do
heavy.
like, I should have told you, you do like a little tug at the beginning, which you kind of did. It brings the surface tension.
Figured it out.
But the other,
At first, I was like, oh man, I'm about to embarrass myself.
and the other thing is like our table's super high.
Yeah.
So like again, if you're
my
if you're gonna
5'7".
if you're gonna buy a table at home, like literally get it like a lot lower, because then you can.
Oh, my
easily
table I
lift it
use
up.
at work for everything is
Yeah.
knee high.
It makes it so much easier. But for filming again. Sparge or not to sparge? Brew in a bag, we never sparge. And sparge would be if you'd left some water behind. We basically in brew in a bag, we do what's called full volume mashing. at the beginning of the mash, we add all the water. So we put all the water in the kettle, put all the grains in the basket, pull the grain basket at the end, right now where we're at, and that's it.
Yeah.
Some folks will hold some water back, and then right now they would pour it over the grains.
Interesting.
And that will help. And it does help. You'll extract a little bit more sugar that's in there because the water's going to kind of go through and take those sugars into it. But my thought process is I'd rather add a little bit extra grain to the recipe to make up for that tiny bit of loss you're going to have versus having to have another kettle of water heating up to 170 that you're then going to dump in here. It's all personal preference, but every recipe we design is for a no sparge, full volume. Because again, simplicity. The easier I can make the brew day for myself, I'm going to brew more.
Yeah.
If it's a pain and I have extra steps, I'm not going to brew as often. So for me, I'd rather spend an extra maybe $1 on grains, bulk up, add an extra half a pound of grain or whatever it is to get the efficiency so I don't have to sparge and call it good. So
Cool.
and then I'm gonna do another controversial thing. Not even controversial, but I'm gonna grab, this is more for time management, but I'm gonna have you press down on the grains. This is just a lid to a pot.
Yeah, I see that.
And you don't have to go crazy, but just squeeze some of the water out of the grains. And you don't have to go crazy. But that way we're just not leaving a ton of water in those grains. The other option would be to let it sit for 10 minutes.
Right.
But
This just helps.
this
Do you
helps
like?
speed it up.
Give me one more squeeze and try to push
You
this
can
way.
you can just leave it in there.
Oh yeah.
Give me one more squeeze. See if I can get a. Well. All right.
And then a bucket works really well. Actually, I'm gonna grab a not nice bucket.
Gotta add our hops. Which I think are in here.
All right, so,
Let's see.
and people in the chat too, a bucket kind of works really well to pull the basket out of and to like tilt into. I don't know if they could see, but maybe if we put it here,
So I can move it too.
that'll work,
That's
right?
great. Yep.
So basically, I guess I can handle this since it's light now. But I'm just gonna remove the basket, and if you just tilt it like that,
Yeah, that makes
then,
sense.
then you can kind of leave it, let it drain. It's not gonna make a mess in your house.
Try to prop it up against the.
I just put it up there so people can kind of see the tilt, but and then we'll let it drain right here. And that just keeps it from giving it a mess. And then if you have a clean bucket, you could do that and then dump the liquid back in if you want. We're just gonna call that waste at this point. And then we are at the point where we're done mashing, and now it's time to bring it up to a boil.
It smells really cool.
It smells great, right?
Yeah.
120, what we're brewing
We
with.
need to add the hops, right?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I don't
I
think,
didn't know.
I
They
don't think
kept
this
saying
one.
it, so.
I don't think this calls for hops.
There's no hops in this beer.
Well, I've never heard the term first word hops myself, so they keep yelling it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no, I appreciate it. I asked them to remind us. So with 120, we're limited by obviously a 15 amp circuit, 1650 watts. So the trick is to add your hop basket to the kettle.
Get some fuzz on there.
We're at
Got it.
nice. And then you want to put it obviously where there's not a pickup tube or an element.
Right.
And then this is basically just going to act as a spacer. So we'll put our lid back on, and while we're bringing it up to temperature, that will allow steam to escape, but it'll come up to temperature a lot quicker. And also with 120, the insulation jacket makes a big difference.
Yeah.
We should have put it on, but we forgot. So, and then if we look at our recipe here, Sam, the recipe calls for hops, 2 ounces of Hallertau.
Mittelfrühe.
Yes. So I'm going to grab those out of the freezer. And this is for first wort hops, which is kind of a weird addition, which we talked about earlier. And we're going to add them now while it's coming up to a boil.
Okay.
And then...
That's that. Yeah, okay. I remember that part.
So that's the first wort hop we were talking about.
Yeah.
And then...
Is this kind of where the process starts to get a little more complicated?
I mean, not even really complicated. It's just you look at your recipe sheet or the directions on our website.
Is it like baking where you need to be like pinpoint, dead on?
People will say yes, but no.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
The
most important thing is going to be on the cold side, like once on the fermentation side, where you want to make sure everything's clean and sanitized. Like that's the side that really matters, unless you completely go off the rails. But so I'm gonna let you do the honors. And this is again the first wort hop.
Have you cut it out this way? So I
Yeah,
get a shot.
make sure you got Libby the shot.
There you go.
And this is a German noble hop to go with our German Pilsner.
Nice. Give it a sniff. How's it smell?
Smells green.
We want to go in the hop basket.
Just pour it straight in.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Pour it. Wouldn't that be funny? Nice. I poured it literally anywhere else.
I mean, you could.
You still could, yeah.
We've done it.
Nice.
And then
Beautiful.
is it fully submerged in there? Oh yeah. Oh, that smells good.
Hey, thanks, JW.
Nice.
I just guessed.
What's that?
He said I pronounced Mittelfrühe right.
Oh, nice.
I did take German in high school.
And
Taste
I
one,
believe that is a
Andrews.
region, right? Hallertau is a
no
region in
idea.
Germany.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, so at this point, we're gonna switch it to 100% of power. Hit set and basically, 100% power, bring it up to boil, right?
Yep.
And again, now we're at a point where, wait for it to come up to boil. Wait and drink.
Love it. Best
and
part of the
then-
day.
And then once it's, again, we're doing a 30-minute boil. Typically, our recipes are going to be written for a 60-minute boil, but we kind of abbreviate everything just to make the live streams and brew days a little bit quicker. But our next thing we do once it's up to a boil is we're going to let it set our timer. It'll be a 30-minute boil, but then we're going to add our first boil edition hop with 15 minutes left in the boil, and then when there's 5 minutes left in the boil, we'll add another ounce of hops. So basically, we are just waiting.
Do you know why you space it out like that?
It's basically you're gonna have the longer you boil a hop, like if you're gonna boil a hop for 60 minutes versus 10 minutes, you're gonna extract way more bitterness. The longer it boils, you're gonna pull way more bitterness out. So basically, with this recipe, we're targeting, I think it was 27 or 30 IBUs. And IBUs is just calculation for bitterness units. So basically, you're trying to design your recipe to hit a certain parameter of IBUs, to hit the style. And you're basically going to space it out. You're going to get different flavor profiles for different times. You're going to get a little bit more bitterness out of a 60-minute edition, and then 30, you're going to just get a little bit different characteristics out of it. So a late edition hop, you're going to pull out way less bitterness and way more, in an IPA, for instance, a late edition hop, you're going to pull out way more fruitiness, the citrusy notes, versus a beginning edition, which is going to give you that bitterness just to kind of balance that out. So
all that stuff seems to be.
that's kind of where the
That's what I'm
science.
gonna. I was gonna say that's where I would struggle the most with is understanding.
And I still there's software that does it for you.
Yeah.
You're not being
apps. People are talking about using apps
so
and stuff.
this is made by Brewfather.
Yeah, okay.
So you enter the calculations in, and you're okay, you're brewing a Pilsner, and it's going to give you a color code thing on where your parameters should be.
Gotcha.
And you just want to make sure you fall. So it's not rocket science. And again, if you're first starting out, go to our website or go to Craft Beer and Brewing or BYO and find a recipe that either a brewery has left or a gold winning American Home or what's the Zymergy,
Zymergy, yeah.
which is like the American Homebrewers Association website. They have, if you're a member, you can go in and get all the gold medal winning recipes.
Now, they're saying live here. Can y'all hear us? Can you see us? There we go.
Are we back?
Hello. Looks like we're good. Hey.
We let Kyle leave for
That's some
5
network
minutes.
stuff.
Everything falls apart.
Are we connected to the...
We're hardwired.
Are we hardwired?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it, but... All right. Cool.
Wait, are we not?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, we should be.
I know. I'm wondering if that was a network issue. I turned off the Wi-Fi and everything else. Everyone can hear us. We're good.
Do you want to plug it? Should we plug the network cable in?
I might want to just try it. Sorry, everybody. Let me get out of the shot.
All right.
No, we're hardwired in.
Okay, so we're hardwired. I don't know. We just had a glitch. But we are back. Thanks, JW, for the heads
Thanks,
up.
J-Dubs.
I had no idea we weren't
Little network thing.
that we weren't live, or that we weren't. So the stream was live. We just lost the camera and the video.
I guess.
The cam did something.
Well, we're back.
All right.
Thanks for sticking around.
But yeah,
That was a pretty sick conversation we had off camera.
yeah. Glad to hear
Amazing. the
the credit card information that you were giving me.
I can't believe you did all those things 20 years ago.
What, like, if you, like, let's say you go to a brewery or a bar, what's your, like, I guess what style beer are you into?
IPAs. I almost always gravitate
Yeah.
towards IPAs. I just
And,
think
like,
they taste good.
like a West Coast, like the more bitter ones, or
I couldn't tell you.
kind of whatever?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. Literally anything they have. Like, there's a lot of times I'll go to like the little small town bars I'll go to might have one,
Right.
and I'll just get that. And it's always usually because I'm cheap,
Yeah.
and I want to get as drunk as possible just by spending as little money as possible. So I'll get like whatever IPA they got. But,
Gotcha. Yeah, 'cause they are usually higher ABV.
Yeah,
as well.
almost always. Yeah, they're usually 7-8%. But I like I said, I'll drink anything.
Yeah.
Anything that's offered to me.
I'm
anything
the same way.
Yeah.
But I prefer some stuff. Everybody says I'm picky, but like I've never turned a drink down.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
There's
picky.
things I enjoy more than others.
Like I said, when I was young, 22, 23, first started drinking beer, like really drinking beer, I was pickier. But
Yeah.
my palate's expanded now. I'll eat anything. I'll drink
Yeah.
anything.
Expanded or what the other way, just where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
It's just, yeah.
No. But yeah, usually I get an IPA. It's just almost entirely for cost efficiency purposes.
Will.
Get him Hawaiian Punch
No.
beer. Do we have that still?
No, I think Kyle dumped it last week.
So let me clarify. Anything that sounds like that, you guys made, what was it? You made like Fruity Pebbles or something?
We made Hawaiian Punch recently.
Was it Hawaiian? No, it wasn't very recent. I don't watch all
yeah.
y'all's videos.
There was a cereal beer.
It might have been cereal. It might have been it was some kind of real fruity nonsense.
It's probably really.
It might have been Hawaiian Punch, honestly.
I don't know.
I don't
It
remember.
could have been.
It sounded
we
terrible.
That was the worst thing I've ever drank.
It sounded
in my life.
horrible.
Well, we did a couple cereal beers that actually tasted really good.
It was peanut butter and jelly. That's what it was. It was peanut butter and jelly.
And then ours did not come out great. What me
Yeah.
and you tried.
Oh yeah, the one that we brewed. Oh,
Yes.
we didn't do peanut butter. We tried to do peanut butter. It was
The
so gross.
The end beer we ruined, but it was good for.
Yeah.
There was an instance of it that was really
But
good.
even a good PB&J beer does not sound appealing to
agree.
me. Anything that's like
I
a
should've brought it.
gimmicky flavor,
Yeah.
like PB&J,
There's-
Fruity Pebbles, Hawaiian Punch,
I have
that
one-
doesn't sound appealing to me.
There's a
I want
brewery-
beer that tastes like beer.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
There's a brewery in Knoxville that does
Yeah.
a PB&J beer.
Yeah.
But it's a seltzer.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Oh, it's really
And it's
Oh, it's good.
I don't like seltzers very much, though.
For,
You can't
for
drink a lot
what
of
it
it.
is, the flavor profile.
It's impressive. It's probably
yeah.
impressive. Yeah.
Is it something I will drink a pint of?
No.
Right.
No.
Right.
Well, was I like, man, they really nailed
Yeah.
this. Is it something?
It's like those.
yeah.
It's like those root beer beers, where it's
Yeah.
like, wow, this tastes like root beer. Do
Right.
I want to drink 6 of them? Absolutely not.
Do I want to drink one of them? Probably. Yeah.
I'm gonna come back over now that we're not offline anymore. Zool did it, and Dissolver, who we're drinking one of theirs, I think we're drinking it right now.
Yeah.
They did a
Collaboration.
collab, yeah, but it's more like a cheesecake, so it's a bit different mouthfeel, and I think it's a little sweeter than the one we tried from Zool. But I got a half pour and it was delicious. I could not, drinking a lot hurts your tummy.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's
it's
kind
too
of the
much.
beauty of Dissolver, because they kind of thread that line of kind of like what we do, where you do like a Mimi, whatever. That's going to bring, regular Joe tourists in, but then
Yeah,
they
totally.
also make extremely good, like, Pilsners and
Yeah.
lagers. And
Oh, yeah.
they always have cask beer, and they always have beer engines. They have, they got a really nice setup. But yeah, then they'll do like stuff with Zool where they're making a peanut butter or whatever.
Yeah.
or-
They do it
The
great.
gimmicky stuff, it's fun to try. To just be like, wow, that does taste like that. Like Gatlinburg, they've got a cotton candy wine out there.
Oh, interesting.
And it tastes like cotton candy. You drink it, you're like,
Is it
I'll be
moonshine?
damned, that's cotton candy.
Is it
Moonshine?
moonshine or?
No, it's wine.
Oh, funny.
Interesting.
And it tastes just like cotton candy.
Classy.
Yeah.
Pinky up,
Yeah.
baby.
It tastes just like cotton candy, and you're like, wow, that's cool, but
Right.
who's buying bottles of those things? And
No, yeah,
Someone.
totally.
someone. They make money.
Yeah.
They're doing well.
But I mean, it's also tourists, so
Yeah,
they're hitting it
it's
up. They
tourists.
don't.
Yeah, sure.
So I mean, they also have the distilleries that you'll go in and it's like all the flavored,
Yeah.
Jolly Rancher style
Yeah.
stuff, And I go down and I have a great time. I love
Yeah.
Gatlinburg. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny.
Go
Yeah,
do
I like hiking out there.
do like the distillery like tastings and
Yeah.
stuff. It's a blast.
Yeah. And
But-
they have the Sweet Little Arcade down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Burial has one out right now. I think they just did a s'mores stout,
That'd be nice.
a donut s'more stout or something. They just announced yesterday, and I really want to try that. Places like that, they do those gimmicky things great, but their actual beer menu is just like
but
incredible.
but a lot of pastry stouts are gonna be
They're-
that kind of.
I'm wondering because I had
profile.
one of the pastry stouts I had recently was like 14% or 13% and super sweet. And then I had another one, it was like 7% and it was a lot more tame. I can't remember if it was a donut. I don't remember. It was less sweet, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
But s'mores would be really, really good.
Typically, your 14, 15, 60% stouts are going to be pretty sweet.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're almost unbearable.
I love them.
But
That's why I have the
Sip or
physique
two.
I do.
oh my gosh. Brewing barrel chips.
We're going to do probably some barrel stuff this year.
Yeah.
Like a used whiskey barrel 5-gallon.
You guys done that in the past?
No, we haven't done a whole lot of barrel aged stuff, mainly because until recently there wasn't a good source for like a 5-gallon barrel for homebrew style, because whiskey barrels are what, 55, 60 gallons?
Yeah.
So our buddy Christopher owns a barrel company, and he kind of figured out a way to make them where you're getting like kind of the same ratios of wood to beer, to where you're not over oaking it. So you can let it sit for the appropriate amount of time, but you're not gonna get a really terrible flavor from either leaving it too long or too short, or typically if you have a small barrel, the amount of wood to beer or liquor or whatever you have in there is going to be way too high.
Yep.
So he basically uses like a stainless steel barrel, 5-gallon like barrel type thing, that he has the wood's actually on the end caps, so your wood contact is like the appropriate amount.
That's
so
interesting.
Yeah, it's a really cool product.
It's cool. It's a cool looking product too.
Yeah. So he's going to send us a couple to play around with. So I want to do like a big Russian Imperial Stout that we sit and let it sit and age for a while.
We have like a little interview with him on our channel. It's nothing crazy, but if you want to check it out, Bad Motivators, I think is what it's called.
Bad Motivated Barrels. If you watch Stillet's channel, you've probably seen a lot of his smaller barrels on there as well.
Yeah, totally. It's cool though. Cool product. He's a nice dude. Olivey off flavors. Interesting.
Now I want to try an olive beer.
Oh, I don't know if I can do it. I love olives, but as a beer, ooh, maybe that would
we're
be
talking gimmicky, goofy flavors.
guess.
I mean, I'd try it.
good. It tastes almost like biting into an olive pizza.
Is that a real thing?
Huh? No, he said an
It's an
off
off
flavor.
flavor. Some sort of infection, I guess, too. A2's. What's A2O? I'm not even sure. What yeast is that? Blue cheese olive stout.
God.
Oh,
Olive Garden stout. That's so gross.
I'd try it.
I would have to know, unfortunately.
So is anybody brewing today? I mean, what is it?
It's Tuesday.
But last Tuesday we did a live stream and there was a lot of people brewing.
I would say there's like 3 or 4, yeah.
But it's also around closer to the holidays where I think people are still playing hooky.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
or is anybody brewing this weekend? Curious what if anybody else is brewing with the season and maybe doing a lager to put in their crawl space or basements.
Pickle beers are out there. don't know if I've had one.
I think I've
Bobby's.
tried a pickle beer.
Bobby's
They're
kegging
interesting.
a beer.
On your lunch, cool.
Chocolate orange stout. That sounds very British.
Oh, I love chocolate oranges. I got one in my stocking this year. How's it looking? Okay.
Looking like we're heating up. We're at 191. We're getting close to a boil. And then this is a lot of brewing. Is with our system makes it easy. And people always say, hey man, 240 is the only way to go. And I say, if you like hanging out,
Yeah.
120 is going to give you a little bit more time to hang out.
Yeah.
Because it takes a little bit longer to come up to temperature.
If you're an efficiency man, you got things to do, then yeah, 240.
Yeah, 240.
Sure.
Yeah, but if you're just trying to just hang out with some buds or by yourself and just chill, or like have it on in the background while you're working on other projects in the garage or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not like a crazy amount of time, but like 240 would have been up to a boil by now. Obviously, you know that. So, but I'm always like, yeah, like pros and cons. People always be like, what's the pro? What's the con? And I'm like, time is the main pro for 240. And you're going to get a boil without having
Which
to put the
could
lid
be
on.
a con if you don't want to go that fast.
If you want an excuse to be away for more time.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I like when we just chill.
Yeah.
Makes
and
our work day go by.
It makes, the 120 does make the brew day a little more chill because it takes a little bit longer to get to each step, so you have more time to just kind of chill. Sometimes, like with 240, I'm like, oh man, we're already at a boil, and I'm not quite mentally prepared to be there. Like, especially when we're doing a live stream and you're trying to do other things at the same time. So,
Brandon, interesting. You said ube. That ube style, that's very interesting. Save some and then distill the rest, or bubble out the rest. These dang YouTube rules. That's very interesting, though.
what would an ube stout? What would be the recipe for that?
Yeah, that's very, very intriguing and sounds pretty good.
-17 Saturday. Will, where do you live?
I feel like Will's told us before.
I feel like Will has.
Sorry,
told us
Will.
too.
I'm gonna guess Montana or Wyoming.
Canada.
I was thinking Alaska or something.
But he used,
Yeah,
he used Fahrenheit though.
Yeah.
So not Canadian.
Not Canadian, yeah.
Or just a Canadian who
I
appreciates.
meant Minnesota, or Wisconsin. not comma, yeah. I meant one or not.
One or the other.
I live in Minnesota, Wisconsin.
Montana. I'd love to visit Montana.
Okay, I knew it was one of the upper areas. I lived in South Dakota for a summer. In 2017, it was really fun. I just moved there for you worked at the state park, Custer State Park.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I worked like 4 or 5 days a week. My rent there was like $200 a month or something like that. Just a small shoebox, but I lived amongst the buffalo and hiked the whole time. It was really cool. But by like September 4th, it was already like snowing. It was just crazy how fast winter comes there.
Yeah, I would love
How soon?
Love to spend some time out there personally.
It was beautiful. It slept on. I mean, the bottom corner of South Dakota, bottom left corner is really cool. The rest was
Yeah, that's what Colorado is. Every time I visit, I'm always near the springs, which is where Pikes Peak is.
Yeah, Pikes Peak's great.
And it's so gorgeous out there. But then if you go towards the east side of Colorado, it's just flat.
I haven't even visited. I've only been Denver area, Telluride, Pikes Peak, Springs.
Yep.
Alaska, that's cool.
We actually have a lot of customers in Alaska.
Do we really?
We do.
Interesting.
Yeah, I ship stuff to Alaska frequently.
That's very cool. I mean, that would be. I bet it's cool.
That's a bucket list place for me for sure. I've always had dreams of retiring out in Alaska and buying a seaplane.
Oh, cool.
And why are you laughing at me?
I'm just saying, we all had those dreams. It'd be great. Dude, one of my cousins lives out in Alaska. I would love to do the realistic dream.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a road trip out there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd love to ice fish out there. It'd be great.
So Sam, so far, do you think you could handle like this on your own if you had like generically written
If I had
directions that kind
a
of
recipe kit, yeah. I mean,
the
so
kit
far
showed up,
nothing I've seen has blown
and you had
me
a
away.
sheet that said like
that's
exactly
the
what to
only
do.
part that confuses me is like knowing exactly how much of everything to put in. But
That's
you asked me to bake a pie or cook
something,
any kind of recipe. I'm gonna need instructions.
Right.
But yeah, if there's instructions to follow, which there are,
Right.
then yes, this is super easy.
Yeah. So far.
So far,
Yeah.
I'm still curious to see how complicated it gets. But
David, hope you're doing okay from the fires.
Yeah. Bummer.
Jeez, it's freaking crazy.
Myrtle Beach. It's good to have. It is good to have dreams. I didn't mean to poo-poo your dreams.
thanks, Chad.
Take me on your seaplane.
I love that. It's good to have dreams.
That's hilarious.
It is good to have dreams. Mine were crushed years ago. Thanks, Dad.
I don't even think it's that lofty of a goal.
How much is a seaplane? I don't even
I mean,
know.
a used one. I'm not gonna get like a brand new
Yeah.
How
one.
much? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, is Cleheimer paying you enough for a plane? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, you get paid?
Wait, no, I'm just kidding. Wait, you get paid for this? Just kidding. JK, we get nice pays.
Where are we at?
Thank you. Yeah, man, that's crazy out there.
197. All right. We're slowly
We're
getting
getting
this
there.
boil.
Slowly.
Oh, yeah. It's starting to foam up. That's what we're talking about, chat.
Yeah. I think I'm done with this. It tastes very similar to our brown ale we brewed.
I think it's delicious.
Yeah, our coconut brown
Kind
ale.
of
It's similar.
chocolatey a little bit.
Oh, the dark malts.
The dark malt, I don't know, it tastes good. We'll be live streaming.
Very clean. Very nice.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Yeah, so 120 brew days are super, super chill. Czech dark lager, nice. That is on my list. I want to brew a Czech dark and I want to brew a Schwarzbier. So
Cool.
That's my goal before the season ends, is to brew one of those. If not, the brewery up the street from my house makes a delicious Czech Pilsner.
Nice.
Dark Czech, or yeah, dark Czech.
Hi from
Pils.
Denmark. What's up?
Hello.
That's cool.
Yeah, I guess the question is this a beginner brew day?
You tell me.
I don't know.
You get the chat
I
mad.
was trying to see what the chat said.
Yeah.
Trying to make it mad again?
Kind of. Just just kind of trolling them a little bit. I don't
Anybody
know.
got any questions for Sam or
I don't have any answers.
What's his social? Next time you're in Colorado Springs, come check out the brewery I work at. I'm so sorry. It's so sorry. Does that say Jack's Brewing?
Jack's Brewing.
Jack's Brewing.
Okay.
Sam, who are you? Who are you?
I'm just a ghost, man. Now, if you're actually asking me seriously, I manage the warehouse for Clawhammer. If you ever get anything shipped to your house from us, it's probably likely that I have at one point held it in my hands.
His fingerprints are on
My
that
grubby
box.
little fingerprints are all over that thing.
Yeah, Sam's our warehouse manager. Really good at his job. Keeps
He'll
the
autograph.
warehouse
From now on.
running like a Swiss watch.
Yeah, you're a tank, dude.
But yeah, it's super clean. Always, every time we go down there,
Yeah.
you do a great job. Makes my life super way easy.
Thanks, man.
We work well together as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Emmett is kind of my second half with Clawhammer. Anything that I can't handle, he does. So it works out really well.
Yeah, it's a good team. But yes, Sam handles all the shipping questions, issues, all that stuff. He's the guy, and we kind of tag team the support email. So we'll just whoever's best able to respond, we'll do that. And then if like we're brewing or out of pocket, Sam's kind of handling all that as well. So, white koji ale for Christmas. I've never heard of it. We have some koji we were gonna do some brewing with. That is on it's on one of our lists.
I was gonna
to
say, I
brew.
remember Kyle bringing that
Yeah.
up.
So, is your audio bunk? Oh, people not able to hear?
That's
What
what
does
I
that
that's why I
mean?
said, I don't know if
Hello?
that means no one can hear us.
Do you want to check, Libby?
It's still going. Let's see. Can y'all hear us? Say yes or no. It better not be. I'm good here.
Okay.
That might be you,
Okay, cool.
OC.
Sweet. Thanks for the confirmation.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Okay, cool. What else is going on, everybody? On this Tuesday.
Audio is fine.
our list.
Beautiful. I love the lag 'cause it just comes up
Yeah,
like
I
30
know.
seconds later.
Sorry, it's me.
Get it together, OC Bottle Boys.
Sorry, I don't know.
I saw you had asked a step mash question earlier.
Okay.
JW is going to be your best bet for a step mash question. He loves a step mash. And not in a bad way. I'm
No.
just way too lazy to step mash.
Our,
so.
our controller makes it super
It
easy.
makes it super
What does
easy.
that
Yeah.
mean?
So
Mashing steps?
yeah, that's it.
Essentially.
So you would start at like instead of today, we just set it to 149 earlier. You would maybe start at like 142 and mash at 142 for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then raise it to like 150 for 30 minutes. And this is like kind of where the science comes into it, where the lower temperature is going to do one thing, the higher temperature is going to do another thing. And I can't remember, one's beta, one's
So I guess, would you do that just for certain beers? Is it a preference thing?
like historically it was done because it was hard to get. It basically helped with efficiency. The malts weren't as modified as they are today. So like today's malts are so heavily modified, you don't really need to do it. You're gonna get your conversion after probably 30 minutes. You're gonna have 80% conversion.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you would do the step mash in order to probably, I'm assuming, break down something that would help with the efficiencies to get your sugar extraction from the starches.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a way more technical, better way to explain it. But again, that's like the brewing. I've been brewing forever, and like that's the stuff that I don't care about. Like it doesn't interest me, and it's just like I understand like why people do, but I don't understand. Like I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, you do this for this, and for me that's fine. Like I'm like,
You get it technically, but you don't feel it.
yeah, I have really no understanding of the science behind it. I just know like if I do this, this will happen.
Yeah.
So
So that's what malts we're using today.
we are using a Pilsner malt, and I'm not sure what brand it is. I'm gonna guess it's probably from Riverbend. So it's 90% Pilsner malt and 10% Great Chit malt.
Yep.
And Great Chit is a malt from Riverbend, which they say is a highly under-modified malt that can serve as a great substitute for raw grains and dextrin malts. Improved head retention and mouthfeels for lagers and IPAs. So we're hoping for a little bit of head retention, maybe some graininess, maybe some deliciousness. We're doing 10%, and this is from a local malt house in town called Riverbend. Make really nice malts. Yeah, it's called Great Chit, and it's Riverbend. They're in Asheville, so I don't know what their distribution is. If you buy this kit from our website when it's available in the next week or so, you can try out some Great Chit because the recipe will come with it. Good stuff. Yeah, Kyle dipped out.
Hey, I'm Kyle. What's up?
So Libby is filling in for Kyle.
Just a fill-in.
Okay, the Pilsner malt is Advent Guard, which is a German Pilsner, which makes sense. We're bringing a German beer. So super cool. But yeah, I guess Great Chit, this style of malt was developed to sidestep the, I can never pronounce this word.
Yeah.
Reinheitsgebot, how do you say that?
Oh my God.
It's the German purity laws for brewing.
Reinheitsgebot?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, so basically it was used to sidestep the purity laws in German brewing. And I guess that's the beauty of this malt. But yeah, it should be nice. I'm excited.
And we're using a Pilsner malt because
Nailed it.
Pilsner is a perfect beginner beer, right?
Yeah, it's a perfect beginner beer. And again, it's winter here, so we're just gonna put it in the bucket and put it in the crawl space.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
and
my
do a nice
camera.
little lager there. So
Get my camera ready.
should be good. We're gonna be using 3470. We got 2 packs of that ready to roll. And then we got some Saphir hops, which will be our next edition. And those should be pretty nice. And we'll do a little smell. And have you tasted a hop before?
No.
Okay.
They taste good, I'm assuming.
Delicious.
Yeah.
I love hops.
This
Is
is
the
like
best
the
part of
equivalent
beer.
of making somebody eat grass.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you don't want to.
But worse.
I'm not gonna haze him on live. Jeez.
All right, where are we at? Dude, we're at a boil.
Let's see.
It's beautiful.
All right, so
Take a shot.
since our first hop edition is technically in there with that first wort hop,
Yeah.
our next hop edition, according to the recipe, is at the 15-minute mark. We're gonna add one of these. So we're doing a 30-minute boil, and we're gonna add this in 15 minutes. So I'm just gonna set my timer for 15 minutes. So 15 minutes into the boil, we're gonna be adding an ounce, and then once we add that ounce, we will add our second ounce. So again, it's just like following a recipe.
Yeah.
Just dump it in.
This is really fun. I would like to do this at the warehouse one day.
Yeah.
You, like, just send me all the ingredients needed
Yeah.
and just be like, all right, sometime this week, make this.
Yeah.
I think that'd be sick.
Yeah,
That'd be really
good.
fun.
Yeah, and then that way you can kind of troubleshoot if something does come up. Or,
Yeah.
And that's kind of thing. Like a lot of times, like if something's not going 100% correct, sometimes people, especially when you're first getting into it, you kind of freak out a little bit. Whereas when you're doing brewing for a long time, you kind of realize, you figure a
Well,
work.
that's why I asked if it was like baking where you had to be
It's not that
dead
precise.
nuts on
No.
all the time. And knowing it's not, there's room for mistakes is nice. But obviously take that with a grain of salt, I guess, because
JW, you must be new here. We don't worry about DMS. We've done a lot of experiments with it. With the 120, you need the lid on in order to get a really nice boil. So Brewlosophy has a bunch of good beer experiments on their website that kind of goes into the DMS stuff. I know some people don't agree with that, but I've been brewing with this like this forever. I brew a lot of lagers at home, and I never notice any DMS. So just kind of one of those things that you'll hear a lot, and people will mention, just like JW, where they're kind of tuned in to like you're going to have DMS precursors. But I've never had any issues in the homebrew scale. But a heads up with the 120. If you don't have the lid on, you don't have a boil.
Yeah.
So you use your hot basket as a spacer, and that's going to allow the steam to come out. And it's one of those things. So
Someone's asking about proper.
Proper, expensive, but works well.
Yeah, we've used it since I've been here.
Yeah, we used it
Kinda
once
cool.
or twice. It's way less expensive to buy some DME and make it yourself. But in terms of ease of use, proper is really nice. It is pretty expensive though.
What does it cost for a 4-pack?
A lot.
Really, a lot.
I forget what it was.
Good answer.
Enough to be not worth it.
I mean, for us, it's worth it because
It's fast,
It's
yeah.
easy and convenient. But at home,
It's cool.
I don't know if I would. It's convenience. You're paying for convenience. So that would be for making a yeast starter, which is not a beginner topic.
Yeah.
But that'd be used for like if you buy liquid yeast.
Yeah.
Like the yeast we're using today, it's a dry yeast product. A little bit more shelf stable, easier to store, doesn't take up much space. There's liquid yeast as well. Do you mind grabbing one out of the pack?
We got
I'll show you
some.
what it looks like.
Looks like a applesauce.
Yeah, so it's like actual liquid. White Labs, they have an office and production facility actually down the road here.
Oh, okay.
But they're probably one of the biggest yeast companies in the United States.
What's the benefit of using liquid over dry?
It used to be you had a lot more options, a lot more different strains. But dry yeast has come a long way, especially in the last like 10 years, where there's a whole lot more strains available in the dry form. In the past, I don't know, when I first started brewing, there's maybe like, at least that I had access to, a handful.
Yep.
And now like you can pretty much get any style yeast that you want in dry form.
People still swear by liquid though, I'm guessing.
I feel like more people people swear, they make really nice yeast.
Yeah.
The convenience-wise, dry yeast is probably, it's more convenient and it's less expensive.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm wondering is there's got to be a reason this is still a product if it exists. If it's more complicated, more expensive.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have a really good reputation. They make really good yeast. And there's going to be a lot of strains they still have that you can't get in dry form.
Okay.
And, if you're a brewery that's been using their yeast for a long time, you have a dialed in recipe.
Yeah. As I say, probably
It's going to be tough
recipes
to
rely on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a very good question. And that was our, the Mythical Hammer yeast. We did a collaboration with them.
Got you.
So it's a really nice lager yeast that works really well.
That's a good answer. I was wondering why there weren't more strains. JW answered that question for me.
We got like 15 minutes, you said?
Did I answer that? No.
No.
I
didn't ask though. I was just thinking. I asked it in my head.
That what?
Why are there more varieties in liquid, but
Oh, okay.
some can't be dried as successfully?
No, shocked.
Yeah.
Good answer. I don't know.
He read my mind because I didn't actually verbally ask you that, but I was thinking it.
The yeast rabbit hole is a dangerous topic. Yeah, let's cut it off there. Do you want me to order tacos for us now? It's like
I mean, Kyle's gonna be back at 1.
he'll be back at 1. Okay, cool.
after
We'll wait
1.
for him. That's
Maybe
why
if you're
he
hungry,
said,
though.
No,
Yeah.
I just was like, it's lunchtime. I didn't know when he'd be back.
I asked him before I left.
Okay.
Might as well just wait
Kyle
for him.
will return at 1. The yeast rabbit
Probably
hole is
1:30. Let's be honest. 1:45. Yeast rabbit hole. Dangerous topic? Yeah, I mean, sure. It's as dangerous as you want it to be. Most are switchy sides. $45 a can for the proper? Get out of town. Yeah. A pound of DME is not that expensive.
Not here, Bradley.
How does that
One.
whistling come over the?
Oh, it's got to be great.
Over the audio.
It's got to be great. I forget. Dude, I forget all the time. Like outside.
Oh
cleaning.
man, Blake at the warehouse whistles all day long, and I'm like about to blow my brains out.
I would lose my mind. All right, so where are we at? So while this is happening, oh shit. So we did make a few mistakes already, which I'm not going to be too
Solid.
concerned about.
Okay.
Again, because it's a beginner recipe, but we have it on our sheet, and I completely forgot. So the Brewing software, when we put the recipe in here, we have our water profile that's also in the software, and it's gonna tell us with this recipe, with our water profile, what our pH is gonna be. And it's basically doing that by taking the pH reading of our water in the software and then looking at the recipe and being like, once you add your grains to the water, the pH is going to be this level. And we were supposed to add a little bit of lactic acid just to drop the pH a little bit.
And now it's probably too late to do that.
We're way past that point.
Yeah.
But again, it's a thing that you might freak out a little bit. Like if it's your first.
I got to toss the whole batch.
Yeah, it's not gonna make a huge difference. Our efficiency might be a little bit less, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And it, maybe could have tasted a tiny little better, but at the end of the day, like the 2 milliliters of lactic acid to bring our pH down a tiny bit isn't gonna be a huge deal. But like stuff like that is like stuff we should have probably had out at the beginning, because oftentimes, we get started brewing, start talking, maybe have a beer, and then you kind of forget. But if it's laid out here, then you're like looking at it, or if you're looking at the sheet, like I just looked at it now, I was like, oh wait, we forgot to do that. Again,
It's one of the biggest lessons I teach my guy at the warehouse. Make sure you have
JW says
everything
we
on the
can-
table before you start putting it in a box.
exactly.
JW says we can add it at flame out.
Oh, okay. We'll add a little lactic on flame out.
All right, I'll grab it.
What? I guess I'm always post boil. The pH will be quite a bit less, right? What do we want the pH to be post boil?
He's saying don't forget the 15-minute hop edition.
We got
we got the timer.
We got time.
Okay. Just making sure, because you just admitted to me that you're making mistakes. So
We always do, every brew day. I mean, home brewing.
Where have you been,
part of
Sam?
Like baking at home, you're probably not going to make as many mistakes.
Yeah,
because
well-
you're not drinking. You know,
Well,
Yeah, and we're like talking.
and filming and doing that, but
yeah, well, that part.
Is it too big? That small
Yeah,
one?
I think
It's a small. It just happens. Our beer's always great though, except for the Hawaiian Punch. Not good. Here you go.
So JW, what am I looking for post boil pH on a lager? If you don't make mistakes, you're not homebrewing.
right.
I agree with that. And again, like typically, at the end of the day, you're still gonna have beer.
Yeah.
Like your worst mistake is having a beer.
Unless you make so many mistakes that you don't have a beer.
then you gotta probably if you dump it on the floor, then you don't have a beer. Yeah, we're gonna add a Werflock tablet at 15 minutes when we do our 15-minute hop edition. For sure, just kind of help. It's basically a little tablet, and it'll help make a clearer beer.
Yeah.
Which you want your Pilsner to be typically see-through or close
Not
to
a hazy.
Not a hazy,
Yeah, right.
So, and it's just, I'll grab one right now. And we include them in our recipe kits as well.
True.
And it's just a little tablet. Here we go.
I'm gonna grab my glass here. Empty it.
All right, so yeah, this is, you can also see, I think it's also called Irish moss, or there's another product called Irish moss. And it just basically attaches itself to the proteins and helps them drop down. So, and we'll add that when we add
We'll get a shot
our
of that.
15-minute hop edition, which is the Saphir.
You hold that out. Thank you.
5.2 going into the fermenter. Okay. And again, we're not like super worried about this on a beginner brew day. Again, we're probably just gonna let it fly, because if you're a beginner brew day, being a brew, you're not going to have like a fancy pH meter.
Yeah.
You're just going to be kind of whatever. Yeah. But we could take a look at it and see where we're at just for like fun. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I kind of want to brew this as a beginner who forgot to do their pH.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good strategy. It's a good way good excuse anyway.
And then we can see how the beer is, being like, hey, we forgot to do this one thing, or we did this wrong, and it's still going to be, it's a relatable first
I made a joke, but like that is legitimately a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be relatable to anybody brewing their first beer. Something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
We use lactic, and we're not going to do it today. We're gonna skip it. We're gonna skip it. Unless we decide to use it.
We'll feel it out.
We're gonna prove a point today.
Yeah. Oh man, it is.
Hometown in upstate New York, every beer is a Pilsner. No harm in skipping.
All right, so we got 3 minutes before you add that.
Okay, cool.
Man, it does smell very nice in here.
It smells awesome.
Ooh, yes indeed.
That's what I would do. Overboil on the stovetop. I would do that for sure.
First brew day mistake, overboil, yeah. And it, like when you add the hops on like a stovetop, it just like kind of erupts and like foams up quite a bit.
Yeah.
You kind of have to be a little bit careful in our kettle, but there's so much headspace here that it's not a huge
I was gonna say,
concern.
in our system, I'd find it hard to pull that off.
But you can still do it. But
yeah,
it's
part of why I want to just do it in the warehouse, because it'd be a lot easier to deal with there.
and it's already set up there.
Yeah, that too.
Little hops on the wall there, giving it a little scrub down. We will probably be streaming for a little bit while longer because we still got 15 minutes in the boil, and then we got to chill it down, and we got to add it to the fermenter. So we still got a decent amount of brewing left. While this is going on, I guess I could show you how to hook up the plate chiller.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that before.
Yeah, it's real simple, but be a good thing to kind of go over.
I will give it a shot. So you don't lose any connection again.
So, pretty simple. There's just a bunch of
There we go.
little channels. One's gonna have the cold water, one's gonna have the wort, and they kind of just cross paths, and that's what it's just a radiator.
Yeah.
Which you know already.
Yeah.
But it's labeled, so it makes it simple. You got your wort in, your cold water in, and then your wort out, water out. So basically, we just hook a garden hose to this.
Okay.
Run the water outside or down a drain, whatever's easiest, and then recirculate from the kettle back into the kettle.
Yeah.
So you're just putting the cold water back in the kettle until the whole kettle's chilled down. That kind of works the easiest. You just set it, and then once the whole kettle's chilled, today we're gonna chill it as cold as we can. Probably get it down to like, I don't know, 55.
Got you. Cool.
In wintertime, it's nice because groundwater's a lot colder, so it chills down a lot quicker, which again is why I like to brew this style beer in the winter.
Yeah.
Just kind of makes it quicker in terms of chilling. You're using less water.
Makes sense.
Get it.
10 seconds on our timer.
What's that?
We got 10 seconds on our timer.
Cool.
Get a shot of it saying it's done.
Feel free
Good.
to add the white tablet, the Worthlock tablet.
Okay.
Get a shot of you doing that.
Is that going in the
You can throw it right into the kettle.
right in the kettle? Okay.
Dude, we're frozen again. What is going on? It's like there we go. Yeah. I don't know why it keeps freezing on us. Weird. It's good, Dave. Okay, maybe it's just our screen.
Do you want to get them adding it real quick?
Yep.
Let's see here.
All right. Careful, that's hot.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. Go for it. Whew.
And then 1 ounce of these
Okay.
into the hot basket.
Look at Shoddy cutting them. Nice.
Thank you.
And maybe give the old hot basket an old jiggle jaggle up and down, unless it's too hot. But yeah, just kind of
Ooh, goodness gracious.
should be close to boiling.
Is that enough?
Yeah, you could use the handle of the mash paddle too if you want to give it a little stir. Just make sure they're all kind of submerged in there.
I think they're good.
Yeah, and they should be, but get them mixed in. And then you can just give that a dip in the kettle. Since everything's boiling now, you don't have to like be worried about like putting something in there that maybe isn't sanitary.
Right. I'll just try not to tear the basket.
Oh yeah, sure. All right, so we got our plate chiller. Water in, water out. So key to success, and it happens a lot. You just want to make sure your gasket's in there on your hose.
Yeah.
They fall out there, and it's a real pain in the butt. And you want to do it before this thing's hot.
Yeah, I bet.
It'll be real hot. So always check your gaskets. It's the one time you don't check it that it's still attached to your spigot somewhere.
Good practice.
Yeah. These are all things I say in videos that I don't personally ever check.
Right.
Ever.
Who would live by their own advice?
Not me.
Yeah,
Follow what I say, not what I do. Don't be an idiot. All right, if you want to hook this up to our spigot over there.
It's spill time. No, Nico. Hopefully no spills.
I guess hand tightening is fine.
You want
Pretty
to?
good.
That one leaks pretty good. I would get it. Yeah, like super hand tight.
Watch us not be able to get it off now.
Yeah. All that muscle. Lifting them claw hammer boxes.
Hey, I lifted that grain basket, and that thing weighed about 95 pounds, so.
They get heavy.
And then just gonna do a quick water out. Check my gasket. I set the alarm on there.
On your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. It's probably gonna leak, so I'll hit some channel locks. For some reason, I couldn't get a good good tightening on it.
All right.
And then make sure we're good. And then it's always smart. Shit. Is this on hot water or cold? We have a hot water
That's cool.
thing.
How do you know?
I gotta feel it.
Oh.
I think it's on hot though. Yeah, that's hot. I guess I could also listen to the on-demand hot water heater.
I didn't hear it kick on, but
Yeah, she's on.
Okay.
It's like,
You want those channel locks?
I got it. It's hard to reach because there's 2 nails.
Yeah,
right in front of
I was
it.
looking at that. That was a beautiful design.
Yep. That's how we do.
That's a beautiful.
You may cut your finger off. All right. Beautiful design. Hey, man. We didn't say we were plumbers.
I mean, probably just use some lineman's pliers, cut that off, but whatever, you know. This isn't my gig.
Should we turn it back on now, or
Turn what on?
is the water not on?
No, it shouldn't be.
Oh, okay.
I was
You were just
I was
testing,
testing
okay.
to see if it was hot and if it was leaking.
They're even happening. Wait.
All right, 4 minutes until that. Oh man, so yeah, this is, so far, we've only made 1 mistake. Still time to make more.
We've also only had 1 beer, so
Yep. Yeah.
I'm guessing it seems like it's gonna be 1 beer, 1 mistake.
Well, yeah, it's pretty much it.
A
Yeah, I'm
mistake per
kinda-
beer?
Yeah.
Try to wait till brew day's done at this point. Because like once I start drinking during a brew day, I just don't want to brew anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, it's now drinking time.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you guys want one, you're more than welcome to have one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's
Yo,
have
I'll
one.
pour
Let's
for
have
it.
one, Libby.
All right, I'll pour it
Peer
up.
pressured.
Peer pressure.
I didn't
Beer
even
pressure.
suggest it.
I know. It doesn't take much. Doesn't
I'll
take
just
much.
pick a random one, okay?
I'm always down to drink beers.
I feel
I'm
like we
just
should
I'm
try
just a
a-
guest in someone's home right now, so
Wait.
it's not
let's
my
get
place.
How's everybody doing today? In case you're just joining, Sam is our warehouse manager, and he is brewing his first beer.
Yep.
And we're doing a German Pils because
It's a perfect beginner beer.
it's a perfect beginner beer. And I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek, but it is a super simple beer, simple grain bill, easy hop addition, and then we're going to be fermenting in a bucket in our crawl space, which will keep the temperature perfect. So, but that's where we're at. We're at the end of the boil. We got 2 minutes until our last hop addition, so we got about 7 minutes left in the boil. And
We're gonna open a new beer here.
Libby's gonna pour us some beers.
German Stout Pilsner from Dissolver again. Didn't mean to pick Dissolver again.
Oh, is there another? Yeah, maybe get someone else some love.
This TV Wasteland. I just wanted to get a Pilsner.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
It has a pinky falling off for some reason on the artwork, but Dissolver here. It's probably gonna be blurry, but I'll pour y'all up some.
I think if you get kicked out of the Yakuza, you have to cut your pinky off.
Oh
so
my god. Okay.
that's probably what that means.
That's the reference. I don't know if that's good for. I guess I'll start.
We should have a
add more.
mistake counter somewhere in the screen. We should
Smart.
We should look into that.
That's
It'd be funny.
hilarious.
We'll have to figure out how to do that. But yeah, that would
there
be
you go.
fun. We're getting good at this. I mean, I usually just make the mistakes for the video. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie to
Lord.
you guys. Luckily,
All the mistakes are scripted.
the hoses were already hooked up today.
They are not.
We still have to attach some more hoses. So,
Here, I'll give y'all a little bit more.
ooh,
There you go.
that is good.
I'm stoked about it. It smells so good.
That is very nice.
Oh wow. That's what I'm talking about.
Libby just got real excited. It's really
Love it.
good. So if our beer tastes anything like this, I'll be stoked.
Yeah, that's really, really good.
And it could be like 80% worse than this, it'd still be good. Just solid beer.
It's refreshing. Going for a sip.
Oh, sorry about the whistling.
Did they call you out?
No, I called
It
myself
does get
out.
loud.
Oh. Calling you out on your pores.
I was whistling, yeah, believe it or not, George Isn't That Home theme song. We are fermenting cold. We're gonna lager in our crawl space. it is the perfect temperature for us to use our crawl space to actually lager acceptably. So that's kind of why we're saying it's a beginner-friendly recipe, because we're brewing with the season, and we're just gonna put it in our crawl space.
Time for the last hop.
Yep.
So we got 5 minutes left in the boil. We're adding our final hop addition. Another ounce of, what do you got there? Saphir?
Saphir.
Oh.
And maybe do you need to give it a little swirl with the handle, maybe?
It's getting a little warm in there.
Ooh, yes.
Oh yeah. It feels great. I can tell as a professional.
Smells nice.
Yeah, it does. It does smell great.
I agree. They like that we make mistakes and are chill about it. I agree. It makes it more approachable and like
Realistic.
It ain't that serious. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it can't get that serious, but
I mean, again, that's
all up to you, I guess.
The beauty of any hobby. You can take things any way you want.
How we do it here is super fun, though.
I wouldn't be brewing if you had to be. I mean, that's the thing. You know, I had a lot of friends that I used to brew with that are all pro brewers now.
Yeah, sure.
Because they
Left you
took it
behind.
serious. Well, they took it serious. I was like, I don't care.
Like Dave?
No. I mean,
He said
mistakes
no.
can make the best beers. That is very true. As long as you know what your mistake was and you can almost repeat it.
I mean, that's probably how new beers are invented, right?
Probably a lot of them.
Probably.
Like, who decided to do a first wort hop edition, adding the hops while it's coming up to a boil? Like,
Right. Somebody who was like, oh shit, I forgot to add the 99.
or added them too early, or you never know. Like, super bizarre. So, but again, I guess too, like another thing with new brewers that I often kind of tell them is like, it's hard to troubleshoot an issue if you don't have notes. So
Yeah.
when you're brewing, especially your first, I try and do it always like if it's something I want to repeat brew, is like actually take notes on what your volume was after you take the mash basket out.
Yeah.
And then you could take a gravity with your hydrometer. We'll do that at the end just to show you.
Yeah.
Since you do ship a lot of those, it'd be kind of nice to see how it actually works. But the more notes you kind of take of the steps of the brew day, that way at the end, if something's way off, you can kind of look at your notes and be like, oh, like my boil didn't boil off as much liquid as it was supposed to,
Right.
and then you can adjust that. So again, not something you necessarily need to worry about, but kind of something to be thinking about as you're brewing more is like, okay, maybe I should have a little, like a notebook or even on your sheet, just take some notes. You'll see in ours, like we have notes scribbled on all of them. And it's just kind of like, okay, A, if we're going to tell people how to brew it, I need to remember what it was. And then B, kind of like, oh, like this turned out really good. I want to know what our numbers were and what was happening.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
but I always kind of tell people it's not a bad habit to get into. And dude, we got 2 minutes left. And then what happens after this is we'll turn the heat off. And then that's when we're going to hook our hoses up, run it through the plate chiller and start chilling down. And I don't know, so I was talking about mistakes, but I think one of the last brew days I did where I think Kyle wasn't here, it might have just been me and you.
Okay.
I forgot to actually run the wort through the plate chiller for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
It was
right.
just running water. And I was like, why is it not cooling down? And I looked at it and I never hooked the wort up to the plate chiller. So it's like stuff like that. It's just like,
Yeah.
I think it's funny. You know, it's just like, whatever.
You gotta laugh at it.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. But like, I was like, why
You
is
have
the
a bad
temperature?
time if
Why
it
is-
stresses you
Yeah.
out.
I was like,
That's
why is
right.
the temperature not going down? Look, I'm like, I'm an idiot.
That's funny. The best part is that it's on live stream 99% of the time.
I don't think that one was. I think Libby had to edit around that. That was a disaster of a brew day, but she edited around that one like a champ.
I guess you couldn't make a mistake like that with everyone watching because they'd probably yell at you.
I mean, they're pretty vigilant at like
Yeah.
letting us know to do things, which is great because it saves
helpful.
It saves our brew day a lot because we'll forget to do something or we'll be caught up on something like, hey, do this. We're like, oh yeah, we completely forgot. Or like take your and I'm sure people were saying
That was just a test, chat. We just
and I'm assuming
did that on purpose, see if you catch it.
and I'm assuming at the beginning people were probably like, are you gonna take a pH or are you gonna add your lactic acid? And
Yeah.
like I just wasn't looking at it.
Yep.
So, and again, as JW said, since we forgot to do it at the beginning, we could add it at the end, and we could just add what it's saying to add at the end, and just do that, and see where that gets us.
Okay.
But again, I think we're gonna opt not to because it's a beginner brew day.
Sure.
So, boil's done.
Cool.
Do you mind hitting the heat button?
1 sec, sorry. Go ahead.
Woo!
Yippee skippy.
Heck yeah. All right, so now that we're just talking about these hoses and how often I screw them up, I'm gonna try not to screw them up. So from here, do you mind grabbing, let me see what our hose options are.
Got a super long one and 2 short ones.
Let's grab the super long one. Just so we don't have to worry about length. All right, so pretty obvious what you need to do. But what we're gonna do is take the wort that's coming out of the pump going into the spray valve.
Yeah.
And we're gonna take that and we are gonna put that into wort in. And then you wanna be careful that you're not gonna blast wort all over the place at the same time. It's just keep
I've gotten this technique down.
Yeah, so keep an eye on your liquid level. And then if you wanna grab one of the ends, grab that end. And then I'll go wort out on the kettle. And always do a pull test. The last thing you want is like when it's half connected, which I've been there, you've been there. We've all been there. And then this is kind of what our clamp is for. And then we're just gonna go ahead and take our lid off. Actually, I'm gonna leave that there for a second. I'm gonna grab some Star Sand. Just because now we're at the part of the boil where things matter way more because we're no longer boiling. So there is a risk of infection, that type of thing.
Right.
The odds at this temperature are very unlikely, but I just want to give that hose just a little dunk and some sanitizer.
Sure.
Because I don't know how long that hose has been up there, where that hose has been.
Right.
And then we're just gonna do the old clipperoo.
So that's crazy. You don't have to rinse that off or nothing?
Oh no, it's a no rinse sanitizer.
Whoa.
So you don't want to put like gallons in there, but their slogan used to be, I believe, "Don't fear the foam." It still may be.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Star Sand stuff.
You started just putting that in there, and I was like, bro, that's crazy.
Bro, you're doing something wrong. All right, so now we're gonna purge the air out of the lines. And then I'm gonna put this actually in the kettle. And then if you want to turn the cooling water on. And then guess what? More waiting.
Cool.
Yep.
Love that part.
Yep.
More waiting.
I'm still just mind blown by you just dunking all that sanitizer in there. That's killing me right now.
I mean, that wasn't much at all, was it?
I don't know.
I wasn't looking. I mean, it didn't feel like a lot.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
But yeah, if that's something.
To the
You're like, why
untrained
are you just putting soap in there?
To the untrained eye, you just dunked a whole bunch of soap in that,
Right.
in that beer.
And we turned the heat off, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there many times where I'm chilling and heating at the same time. So there's certain things I double check these days.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a beer? Do you need more beer?
Yeah, I kind of
beer?
completely underestimated
Yeah,
how
let's
little
get
I
more.
had.
There's
Yeah,
like
is that all you had with that little bit?
Yeah,
I
it's like up
split
to
the
here.
can between 3 people.
But I poured the second pour, and your glass is so much wider, and I just didn't pay attention to that.
We'll pop up another one.
Get out whatever you want.
Let's see.
We are drinking, it's called TV Wasteland. A really nice German Pilsner from Dissolver. They're a local brewery here in Asheville. It's 5.2%. And they're using 100% Riverbend malts. They're using Chesapeake Pilsner and chip malt, which is a very similar recipe or grain bill to what we're using. We're using Avant-Garde Pilsner malt and chip malt. And chip malt's malt that Riverbend Malt House here in town makes. They're using Tettnang and I've never heard of this hop, but I'm not a big hop expert. Super Sazer. I'm gonna spell it Zupper and then Saazer. So it's like Sazer. Zipper Sazer. I'm not familiar.
Let me see what you got.
But it is gosh dang delicious.
All right, cool.
give you
This is
that.
true.
True Brewing Company, Keller Pils style lager. It's a good sound on that crack.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Looks
I don't know
great.
if you'd be able to taste like a tiny bit of Star Sand, like a tiny bit that was on the hose. Well, people are saying they can taste it, but I'm like, in 5 gallons, like
Yeah, you ain't gonna taste
you're
that.
not tasting that. I don't think
You ever just
it's very.
licked the Star Sand?
You wouldn't want to. It's pretty acidic.
But have you done it?
No, but like if you put
So
your,
how would you know if you wouldn't want to?
I'd put other things, but like you put your hand in there, like
Yeah.
you see how dry
Yeah,
my
no,
hands
I've
are.
used it before.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah, you should wear gloves. And we used to, but
Yeah.
Get a shot of it dropping.
I probably like in the wintertime, I really should because it dries the heck out of your hands.
Yeah, same. Blake brings lotion every day, and I'm about to join him because winter's rough.
It is, especially when you're dealing with like cardboard all day too.
Yeah, dries your hands out
Yeah.
big time.
I mean, that smelled
That's really good.
impeccable. Okay, so while this is happening, what we really need to do is get a bucket cleaned. You want to jump on that, Libby?
Yeah. Just some
PB Dubs.
PB dubs. Let me get
That's
a,
right there.
this one's a little.
on-
Are we doing the
under-
liquid one now, or?
We'll go through our,
All right.
unless that's empty.
Nope, it's plenty full.
Okay, cool. So, another question that is asked often when you're first getting into it is like PBW and Star Sand. Like, why do you use both and what's the difference? And PBW is like a cleaner,
Yeah.
which you know, and then
Star
Star
Sand
Sand sanitizer. So, like, if you're cleaning, use your cleaner.
Yeah.
So, but basically, let's do PBW then Star Sand.
Yeah, I've been in a commercial dish washing
Yep.
facility before, and they usually would have
Do
like a
your-
cleaner,
Yep.
and then like a sanitizer, and then like a water rinse.
Yep, the rinse. Yeah, dude, I worked as a dishwasher for. It wasn't like my main gig. I worked in the deli.
Yeah,
That's my main gig.
That's the thing. I worked adjacent to a dishwasher.
But then, like, there were days where the dishwasher would call out. It was an old dude who was awesome. if you would call out and I'd get to do dishes for the day.
it's fun.
I loved it,
Yeah,
dude.
it's fun.
Because you just blast
It's better
music.
than, did you ever have? You said you worked as a butcher.
I didn't know. I worked in the deli.
Oh, deli. Okay, I worked as a meat department butcher for a little while.
My buddy
and
Kevin's a butcher.
That was disgusting because when
Okay,
you at the end of the night you got to hose
it
everything
down.
down and it all like gets in your mouth and stuff and it's just raw meat.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, my buddy Kev's a butcher.
What do you usually do?
Oh, just
plain?
a couple.
Like 2?
Yeah, you can. You
Okay.
can buy
I just want to have my scoops put in.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, how
2?
clean is it? I would
She's not
maybe
bad. Double.
2 to 3, maybe,
Okay.
and then we'll give it the old swiggle swaggle.
Alright. Did you do powder first or water first?
I always do powder first because
Alright.
it doesn't foam up like
Cool.
Star Sand. And then what we'll do, Libby, let's be smart because I
Okay.
have not been smart lately.
Okay.
We'll transfer that to another bucket and then we can put it in the kettle when we're cleaning later.
Okay, sure. That's super smart.
Grain dust also dries out the hands. Oh, that's good to know. Greetings from Italy. Beautiful.
Sweet.
Well, thanks for joining.
I'm trying to plan a trip.
How do you say hello in Italian?
Super Sazer. It's a high alpha size grown in Michigan.
Is arrivederci goodbye?
Ciao. I'm making it up on my own.
Super
Wow.
Sazer.
Lots of PBW.
Beautiful. Yeah, this is very nice. Dissolver has,
that one's fantastic.
Dissolver has this one's this is actual German one, right?
Yeah, that's really good.
So this it's just from True. Okay. Keller pills. Very nice. Excited to get into that in a little bit.
Yeah,
Anybody brewing this weekend? And I guess we should fill people in if they're just jumping in the stream. You're catching us towards the end of the brew day. Well, brew day, I guess, is officially done. We're chilling it down to yeast pitching temp. And we brewed a lager, a German lager. Mm-hmm. And this is Sam, our warehouse manager.
What's up, guys?
He is an amazing warehouse manager, but has never brewed before. And we're like, we need to change that so he can help answer brewing questions. So if you're just jumping in. But yeah, we're getting towards the end of brew day. We're just chilling down. Libby's going to get some PBW going.
Pee-wee dubs. It's very loud, sorry.
Got all this as fast as she goes. So OC Bottle Boys, are you doing a live brew day? And what day? I feel like I saw it earlier. But what day are you brewing? And what time? And I guess what time and what time zone? And I'll try and pop in. You heard German Pilsner's easy. It is.
It's the perfect starting beer.
Dude, it could be one grain, one hop, some yeast. We're gonna throw it in the, where are we gonna throw it in? Our crawl space.
Yeah, crawl space.
So, Sunday, you're gonna live stream. Okay, what time? 12 our time, so 12 Eastern time. All right, I will, okay, so you're in Cali. Okay, I will put that on my calendar. And I will try and tune in for a bit for sure. Brewing a Doppelbock this weekend that will lager until March Bockfest. That sounds lovely. Yeah, we're gonna let this lay down for a while too. I'm gonna guess at least 6 weeks. We'll leave it down in the old cold cellar, and then we'll probably let it ferment down there, honestly, for a couple weeks, and then we'll throw it in our chest freezer and let it lager out. And then we'll have to figure out to get you back up to bottle it.
Yeah,
Because we'll need to get you back up to do a taste test for the video.
for sure.
But
I'd be devastated if I didn't get to try my first ever
yeah, so maybe
participation beer.
we might have to bottle it without you.
Yeah,
And then you can come up for the taste test, but we'll give you bottles to take home.
sure.
Just because it'd be, unless you want to drive up and bottle, but
I don't care. I'll do whatever.
cool.
I'll do whatever Kyle asks me to do.
We'll figure it. Yeah, we'll figure it. Yeah, I guess it depends what makes the most sense.
Yeah. I don't care. It's not really that bad of a drive, honestly.
No, it's
a beautiful drive.
It is a beautiful drive.
Other than the flood devastation, but
Our plate chiller is connected directly to our tap. Our groundwater this time of year is pretty dang cold. So, yeah, so chilling times in the winter are obviously a lot quicker than the summer. But even this summer, our plate chiller chills down pretty quickly. We just use a 20 plate. Obviously, if you live in a desert,
yeah,
you're gonna have
might be different there.
You're gonna be different. You might have to throw some ice in. But where we're at, winter is nice because it is a lot quicker. But well, look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah. Time to start drinking it or what?
Oh, Sam already blacked out.
And recovered.
And recovered.
Yeah. So yeah, like if you live in LA, overnight chill, I get it. Yeah, I would do that for sure. And like if you have water restrictions, I'd feel. If I lived in a place where water was scarce, you'd feel pretty bad just wasting a bunch of water.
Yeah.
So,
We go hands in with this.
there's rubber gloves.
Okay, because I feel like y'all complain about the feeling, and I don't want to burn
It's
my
not
hands.
the end of the world.
Or just use the both the gloves and the
Loving it.
there's a brush in there too.
I see. Okay.
That way you don't have to like.
That is fancy.
It's got here.
It's underutilized.
Here, you want the mic?
It is underutilized. I'm always afraid I'm gonna like shatter it.
Knock it over.
Yeah, it does look
It looks very
delicate.
like. It looks a little too delicate for my hands.
It has like some rainbow texture in there.
It does.
It's cool.
What have you guys tried so far?
TV Wasteland from Dissolver
Nice. Was it good?
and another Dissolver.
An inevitable reckoning.
This is phenomenal.
Anything left?
No,
Gonski?
unfortunately. But they used Chesapeake Pilsner malt and chit malt as their grains.
Nice. And we're using chit, right?
Chit and then avant-garde Pilsner malt. So very similar grain bills. Sam said that was quite delicious. It's
Good. That's top notch, man.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had 2 or 3 beers. I've only been there twice. And both times I went there were like 2 of the best beers I've had.
I love the can.
Yeah, that's why I picked it.
Let's see here. Really cool can.
Nice. Marshmallow Stout season is upon us. It's a perfect seasonal winter beer for
Any
sure.
of that other Dissolver beer left?
Unfortunately, you
should've-
snooze, you
know what?
lose,
yeah,
bro.
you snooze, you lose. Oh, Libby's gonna give me your backwash. Nice.
Yeah, I left it just for you.
This is the Swegheimer. That sounds German, so.
My last name is German.
Yeah.
Super German. It's the
What is this?
Backwashheimer.
Backwashheimer.
Swegheimer, literally.
Swegheimer.
That's literally my last name. This was the German Pilsner from.
Let me see that.
Dissolver?
It was this one.
It's more like a bit fuller bodied.
It was this one. TV
Is
Wasteland.
that the chip malt maybe?
This one, I don't know what this one is. This is okay. I haven't had that one, but
I have not tried this one yet.
very.
So does that one have more body than this one?
This one's a little lighter. And a little
kind of-
more refreshing. It seems a little colder too, though.
Probably is colder.
That's delicious, man.
That
It's got like a
was
citrus
not
vibe, kind of. Do you know what we did screw up?
What?
But it's a beginner brew day, so we're not worrying about it.
Okay. What?
In our directions, it told us to add 3 milliliters of lactic acid to adjust the pH. And again,
Whatever, man.
Yeah, I know. We already
You know how many
discussed
beers? How many beers did we
All of them.
brew before we ever added any?
it. 90%.
Like goes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we forget. It's usually straight up just forget.
Yeah. That's probably more
So,
the case.
But I was telling Sam, like, you know, it's kind of more relatable. Like first brew days, like don't freak out, just roll with it. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So, but that was just like again, just not following the directions, which is fine.
Yeah.
Because
We
missed-
were also informed though we could add it at some other step.
But then we said, you know
then
what?
we decided, well, it's not.
If JW wasn't here
Yeah.
and you're
We
at
wouldn't
home,
know.
you wouldn't know.
Yeah. So this is an example of a
And plus,
first
like,
brew day mistake.
you're not gonna have a $120 pH beater either. Right. Yeah. So
You best believe I would not.
you'd have the $180 one. I know how you roll. Showing up in his
My
fancy
seaplane.
truck.
All right, guys. I got to catch up, so I'm going to open another beer.
Beautiful. Norway here.
It's Friday, man. It's time to get the party started.
I would love to go to Norway.
Oh man.
Just got back from the gym. Got a good pump on.
Nice.
What are we drinking here?
Whatever you,
Whatever you
dealer's
want.
choice, man.
You choose.
These are the actual German lagers.
German style Pilsner, so it's just another generic German style
But
Pilsner.
are any of these actual German
Interesting.
breweries?
This is gluten reduced. This one.
Let's try an
You
actual.
wanna go
and
the
this
actual-
one.
This
Is that one too?
Since,
This one
since
as well, sorry.
1040.
Yeah.
Oldest brewery in the world.
well,
I got
I pick
confused.
this often, so
I got
know what
confused because I was like, oh, is that the starting gravity? And then he's like, no, it's an actual German
It's just
brewery.
the year.
Let's go this one.
Green?
Yeah, this one's delicious. It's a wheat though, so it's gonna have that banana clovey.
Maybe I'll like it. I've never had like I probably have, but it's been a long time since I've had a German one.
Let's try it. It's my favorite style. This is my favorite beer right now.
Really?
My go-to beer is this one.
Okay, well you've really sold it to me, so
It'll be a good left turn curveball
Right.
after all these guys.
Oh, what did I temp at? Speaking of that.
Oh, you're trying to get this.
Yeah, go ahead.
57.7.
I'm curious about why the label is like it is. I mean, this is
Like the art or the
no, it's just. I mean, this is
Sam, I'm going to ask you to do one thing.
what?
Can you turn that cooling water off?
Yes.
So this brewery's been around apparently since 1378, but why are they putting stickers on their cans? That's kind of like a new brewery type thing.
They probably updated their canning line since then.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Like, why don't you have like a cool embossed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Well, that's dark.
Yeah, it is a dark one. So
That is so pretty in that glass.
Yeah.
It's kind of tripping me out actually.
So I don't know what is this. This is a Bach of some sort, right?
Kind of looks like
Meyerbach.
Maybach
My Bach.
would be my guess.
My Erbach. I don't know, man. Honestly.
Anybody in here from Germany? Probably. While we're tasting this, we should probably start transferring it to a fermenter. And is that P-dubs?
Yeah, it's been scrubbed.
Screw.
That is the most aesthetic thing in the world.
This.
Yeah, that's
this
crazy.
glass
That's
right
blowing
here.
my mind right now.
It actually does look awesome. Look at that.
It's so pretty.
I don't know if it looks.
You can kind of tell.
It might not translate to camera.
Yeah. It does, man.
That's so sick.
My dirty fingerprints are all over it. My greasy fingers.
CrossFit finger.
Yeah. Oh, geez, man. I'm just making it worse. All right, let me see if I can.
Get the belly button out. Wait,
Yeah, that looks
There you
good.
go.
What about that?
hold it.
Look at it. Just look at it.
Would you just look at it?
Would you just look at that?
It's pretty glass. It's the glass, really. That's cool. But the beer in the glass is awesome.
How's the beer?
I haven't tasted it yet. We've just
Kind of
been
weird and black.
admiring it.
They're asking. Yeah.
And then what's in this bucket, Libby?
Smells weird.
Show the.
That one I don't know. This one's just here.
Okay,
This one is PW.
that's a start.
You hold that up to the camera. They're asking what it is.
I'm gonna say it looks like better than taste. This is just not my style.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that? The Maybach?
Yeah.
It is beautiful though.
It's
They're
like,
right.
it's very sweet. It's and if you
Yeah.
like sweeter beers, then you might like it.
I'll tell you what. That one we had. What was the first one we had with the cool roses and the eyeball?
Oh, the
Dissolver?
wasn't it a tranquilizing or?
I think that was my favorite one.
Am I crazy?
The brown one?
Yeah.
The darker one?
I think that was my favorite one that we've tried.
Yeah, it was a muted for Dunkel.
That was really good. It was very chocolatey.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a. Oh,
Eyeball?
wait. They had a Dunkel. I called them last week and asked if they had a Dunkel.
And they said no.
Yeah. Maybe
You walk in there
I wonder
like,
if
oh,
they
you-
actually got one since I had called.
Maybe they did. Maybe someone's calling for it. I mean, if our beer is anywhere near that good, I'll be stoked.
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
Well, dang, I'm bummed I missed it.
You
Yeah,
had it
I almost
oh.
didn't tell you about it.
Oh, yeah,
Wait, no.
You had a
They
dark
didn't
one.
have a Dunkel Weizen,
Oh, okay.
and so there's a difference.
we had a Dunkel.
This is a Dunkel.
It's just a Dunkel.
Oh, 'cause
so Dunkel Weizen
has the
is
clove
the
yeast.
wheat and then the banana
wheat, yeah.
clove. Yeah,
Gotcha.
they did explain that.
So he was right.
Or we looked at
They
it.
were right, yeah. Good call. So basically what you're saying is we should have brewed a Dunkel.
Dunkel. So we're hanging out with Sam today. Sam is our warehouse manager. We're brewing a German Pilsner. Sam's never brewed beer before.
Nope.
That is so loud on the stream. Let's put it on this and see if it's any less loud.
All right.
This thing like doesn't have an aerator in it.
I think we could do that.
There you go. Yeah. Sam's never brewed beer before, and it's our goal here at Clawhammer for everybody who works here to know how to brew beer. So
It's only appropriate.
yeah, I'm getting there myself. One day, I'll figure it out.
How many brewers do you have under your belt? If you had to guess,
A lot.
if you had to just ballpark a number.
I don't know, man. Like somewhere between 50 and 100, probably.
Okay.
I would say. Oh, you know what? We should order some food. By the way.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just
Yes, we should.
drinking, and you guys are you've been drinking. You're probably hungry. Probably like 100, maybe.
That's actually less than I would have guessed.
Yeah. I mean, it could be more, it could be less. I'm just, literally, I'm just saying numbers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right, Taco Billy. Taco Bully.
Taco Bill.
Yeah, we brew. Man. Well, that's probably a lot more than that. 'Cause
I would
one
get-
year
I
we
would
did like
think.
40 in a year.
I was gonna say,
something like that.
Just based on how many videos you
Yeah,
guys pump out,
right.
you had to have brewed more than 100.
Yeah, it's definitely more than 50.
Yeah.
Because I think I did that 1 year alone. All right, Taco Billy. We're gonna order some tacos.
Oh, yes. Forgot about that. Wonder why I was feeling so good. Because I haven't eaten today.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
feel great.
You really wanna
it's the
get-
cheapest date,
You
dude.
want to maximize the mileage out of your beer?
Yeah.
Just don't eat anything. Have some coffee,
It is.
and then
we're in
transition straight
East,
over to beer.
we're in East Coast time. It is 1:20 Eastern time. I mean, so far, knock on wood, we've done all right. It's been pretty smooth.
Sam, what would you like to?
Is this me?
Yeah, it's yours.
This is what we're looking at taco wise. You can scroll if you want.
Yeah, sure. What do you usually get?
I got 2 of these guys. I love them.
Burrito.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
Hey, do you like cats?
I hear you on this beer. I do like cats. Big
Wait,
cat
what did
guy.
you say?
I hear you on this beer.
Oh, I thought you said I can't hear you over the beer. You do like cats?
I do like cats. I wonder, do I have cat hair on it? It's a brand new shirt. I literally took it out of the packet this morning.
I don't know. But somebody does.
I love it.
I got 2 cats.
Somebody didn't want to know if you like cats. They wanted me to ask you if you like cats.
Oh, yeah, I do like cats.
Yeah.
Got 2 of them.
I'm a cat man as well. Cats are nice.
Cats are great.
Yeah.
But this did literally just come out of the packet this morning.
Nice.
It's my new brew day
You didn't
move.
even wash it first?
No.
Okay. Sure.
You have to wash it.
I
Sure?
do.
You do?
Yeah.
They're kind of itchy if you don't. You
Dude,
don't
my,
get that.
my standards. It's clean. It's whatever.
You're like, I'm already itchy. Even if I wash it.
I got perma itch.
You ever tried? Anybody ever tried this one, the Santee?
Yeah, that one's good.
I'm gonna give that.
Yeah,
that
I get
sounds
like,
good.
I'm getting like 3.
2 to 3 for sure.
Yeah.
2, I would say 2.
2 will fill you up. 3, you'll regret it, but you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
Actually, I'll probably get.
In that case, I'll get
I might
5.
just get
2 and
2.
2 and some chips and salsa. That's the
You know what?
move.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Some chips.
Should I get 2 or 3?
I would say 2. You'll feel better about life afterwards because they stuff them pretty full.
Okay.
Like 2, like
Yeah, I was just saying, I don't need to be falling asleep
Yeah.
before I get home.
Right.
Do I need to add anything? There's a lot of options. I'm just gonna skip all this.
That is a lot of options. I would just,
Goodness gracious, it just goes and goes. All right, here you go. Whoever's next.
What do you go with, Kyle?
The wort temp is Emmett. What, dude? The chat's keeping us honest here. What are we shooting for like the temp? of the wort?
55 is what I was shooting for.
Okay, we're at 54.
The water turned off about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay, good, perfect.
Yeah,
that's great.
That bucket's been cleaned. It's not sanitizing, so
Love it.
yeah.
Did you assume 5 gallons in this or 2.5?
I assumed like 5.
Did you measure it? You just dumped it in?
I just dumped it in.
God dang it, Emmett.
First brew day.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold me in the middle is barely hanging on.
Are you okay, Sam?
I don't know.
Joan is concerned for you.
I don't know what that means.
What is that?
What does
Said you're
buckled?
hammered.
You were thirsty?
What does buckled mean?
Buckled? I think that means hammered.
Is that what that means?
This got all.
I drink, when I want to get drunk, I drink probably 14 beers. So,
Sam
why we
could-
hired him.
How old are you, Sam?
took them 30.
That's why.
Sam, other than Lebby, who doesn't drink and is only
I drink a little.
90 pounds, Sam could probably outdrink Emmett and I.
I don't know about that.
Together.
I don't know about
For
that.
sure.
Huh?
He's 30 or because?
Yes.
Because Emmett and I, we're
old men.
We're done, man. We're toasted. We're fully cooked. We peaked years ago.
After the third
Yeah.
beer, I'm like, where's the
Years
whiskey?
ago.
One beer, I'm like, my belly
Yeah.
hurts.
See, I get mean when I drink liquor. I have to drink beer. Because I get shitty if I drink liquor.
I get shit.
I don't see that.
No.
Yeah.
The lady keep you in check.
Yeah.
None of
That's
that.
usually where it comes from, is
With
it?
the police?
Yeah, I fight cops every time.
Oh my god.
You're fired. It's been a great brew day.
You gotta go.
So I added a good lovin' and a little sister.
There you go.
Did you add your stuff?
No, I'm going to though. I'm gonna get some queso. Anybody want some queso?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we all do.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Should I get the mixed one or?
Yes.
The mixed one? Okay.
Well, whatever you want. Now I was just saying, Sam.
You do one of each.
That's
Sure.
the Moya Intensica way to pronounce this.
Is that
Queso.
really like how you say it? Oh.
That's how you say it, West
I was like,
North
I've been saying it
Carolina.
wrong my entire life.
Well, you guys call it shrimp sauce, or you call it?
No. We
You,
don't
you call it. What do you call it?
just queso.
No. The pig sauce that you
Oh,
have.
it's shrimp sauce. Yeah. It's
Okay.
called yum sauce.
Yum sauce,
Yeah.
Shrimp sauce.
Who are you referring to? You guys. What are you talking about? You guys.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh, Tennessee.
I don't know why. Is that different? Like you guys in North Carolina say yum sauce? Is that what you call it here?
Yum
What
sauce.
is no?
That's what we call it. Yeah, the
Well,
pink
I mean,
stuff.
Shrimp sauce.
It's like pink.
I'm from
and-
Ohio, so I
We
don't.
say
Yeah,
yum sauce there.
Up north, like in Colorado, they say yum sauce.
The only
And then-
sauce we had when I was growing up was pizza sauce.
Ranch.
Yum sauce. That's
You had,
right.
you had ranch.
We had,
you grew up in Ohio.
Yeah, where's-
we had ragu. We only had
Ragu.
ragu. And you could put it on spaghetti or pizza. That was really.
Then ham and
It's the only
yum.
sauce we
That's
had.
so funny.
Yum sauce. Like the pinkish orange sauce.
Yeah, it's like you put it on like your
Sushi.
on your
Yeah,
white
but
people Asian food.
When I went, when we were down at the warehouse last year or the year before, and you were heating up your lunch, you're like, I'm gonna put some shrimp sauce on, like whatever you're making.
Yeah.
It's like that sounds awful. I was thinking like
He was thinking cocktail
I was
sauce.
thinking like
Cocktail
seafood sauce.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
Like a fish sauce,
not
but,
what
but
I
he was
made.
putting yum sauce on
Yeah,
it.
it's called shrimp sauce.
Yeah, which was like a regional, just
Yeah.
difference.
There's no picture. That's the one with both, a special.
Yeah.
Special. Okay.
Yeah, if you were saying shrimp sauce, I would think cocktail sauce, which
Or
I
like a fish
don't-
sauce,
which
or-
I don't like. I don't understand why you put that on shrimp.
I think it's good. Yeah, I love cocktail
I'm a
sauce
fan.
on shrimp. Yeah,
If it's like
But why?
got a little heat on it,
spicy cocktail sauce. Yeah. Do you use oysters?
dude. Have you ever had
Again,
a
I'm
steamed
from
oyster?
Ohio.
I don't know if I've ever had a steamed
I
oyster.
didn't have them until
No, that's not true. I've only had steamed oysters.
Okay.
Well, and Rockefeller oysters.
yeah. My
So,
girlfriend's
yes, the answer is
parents
yes.
steamed
So the answer
oysters.
was no.
Then
And
yes.
the answer was.
The answer is
actually,
yes.
I've
I've
only
had
had-
all kinds of
I've
oysters.
never had anything but that.
Oh my god.
I never had a steamed oyster until Lauren's parents live near the ocean, and they steam their oysters, and I was blown away.
What's the
how
other
good it
alternative?
was.
Like boiling them?
Raw.
Raw,
Just
okay.
like Rockefeller or whatever.
Yeah. Well,
Which is how-
Rockefeller's not raw, but Rockefeller's baked.
Okay, baked. I'm not I grew up in Ohio, so I'm not sure, but I was blown away.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So my buddy's older brother is a chef, and I remember going over to his place at one point, and he dug a hole in his backyard and built a little fire in it.
Dude, that's amazing.
And I do remember he like did cook some oysters in that somehow. They're
in Ohio?
smoked. Yeah. I mean, he was a
he's a chef. Okay.
And he went.
So he was
he went to school down in Charleston.
So he was getting them flown in, or
I don't know. Yeah. It was in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember.
I don't know much about
I
seafood.
only
but
learned seafood maybe a year ago.
when you grew up landlocked. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Tennessee, there's no seafood. Like you have to pay a lot of money to get good seafood in Tennessee.
Yeah, you're not usually what I seek out. Like, it's always funny. Like, people come to visit Asheville. They're like, "Where's the best place to get seafood?" I'm like, "The ocean."
Yeah, go not 3 hours that way, buddy.
Unless you want some like river trout. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean catfish. I love catfish.
yeah.
Catfish is good. But
I grew up eating walleye out of Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You had a bunch of water.
yeah.
They're like, you can only eat 2 walleye a season. I'm like,
That's what happened.
like it's fine. I'm like, it's
I was
fine.
half an inch away from the Ohio State record of bluegill.
Really?
I was 12. I gotta find the picture. I'll bring it
How
in.
big is it?
Catching them?
Big,
It's gotta be
bluegill.
big.
Really?
I was half an inch or is freaking massive, but it's just like little me holding this. Little,
That's so
I gotta
good.
find it.
I would love to
It's
see
like that
that.
taco.
How big was it? Like weight? Is it length
It's
or
in the
weight?
picture.
Is it girth? What
It
are we
was-
talking
I
here?
think it was either half a pound or half an inch. It was huge. It was so fat. The picture's cool though. I like have this. I'm just like 10 years old in it.
Yeah, we needed this
Reeling it in.
picture.
I have it somewhere. I really do. I was a big fisher growing up.
So we were talking about eating fish, and I thought you were saying you held the record for eating the most bluegill. It's like that is the most unhinged thing I've ever heard in my life.
Given to my friends.
That's pretty good.
I was a little fisher growing up.
Oh, I love fishing.
I haven't done it in years.
Dude, walleye are like,
All right. Where's
You
some
have to, like,
tacos?
the amount of effort you put into like skin them and
Yeah.
then flay them.
Yeah.
You get so little meat out of them.
Yeah.
But we ate a lot of
Fish are a lot of work, dude.
We ate a lot of bluegill growing up though.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we used to go fishing all the time for them.
You ever eaten a goldfish?
Can you? Like just like a little one from the grocery store?
Like Jackass style?
Did they eat goldfish?
Yeah, he ate it.
Oh, yeah.
He ate it live.
Yeah. Swallowed one.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
You ever
Yeah.
seen like the David Blaine thing where he will eat he'll like have frogs come out of his mouth?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
You gotta look that
I remember all the David Blaine like.
It's
spoof
pretty
stuff.
wild, yeah.
Jumanji, me and my brother and some other of my family are all gonna try to do that in Colorado in Friday, I think. We'll see. We don't really have a solid plan, like a whole cabin or anything like that, but really excited to try to do that. I've never done it before.
Where are you gonna be?
He lives in the Springs, and there's apparently a frozen lake about 30 minutes from his house. Mm-hmm. And it's not like monitored by the Park Service. It's like a fish at your own risk kind of thing.
Sure.
But they have, his buddy has an auger, and so we're gonna go out there with some cheap poles and just play around.
Sweet.
Yeah, pretty excited about it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, and then we'll ski the next day. So
Where are you skiing at?
we're going to Copper Mountain.
Okay, sweet.
Never,
That's my favorite place, man.
really?
Yeah.
I've never been to
Emmett
it.
and I've been there a bunch.
I've been to Keystone Monarch.
Copper's like the local mountain.
There's another one. I've been to Breck and Loveland. I've never been to Copper though.
You'll have fun.
You've done everything, yeah, like you've done everything around that area. You said Copper's a local mountain?
I feel like it is more so
Yeah, I guess I
because they
never
always
thought
have
of it that
because
way.
they have the local
but-
pass.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way, but dude, it's so much fun, man. That place in particular is so much fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I was reading I looked up a list of what are the best ski resorts in Colorado, and Copper is always high up there.
Yeah.
So it's always way above the ones that I've been to. So
Yeah.
it's pretty excited about it. Should be a good time.
Cool. Well, all right, so we're 55 degrees. We have our fermenter ready. This has been a great brew day for me thus far. I haven't had to do anything except for get it started and then leave and work out and then come back and drink beer.
It froze as soon as you left.
Yeah, we don't know what happened. It's some connection.
Oh, interesting.
Just like the chat was fine. It was just the video and the audio. Unplugging the
funny.
Unplugging the thing.
Yeah, you can see that like the viewership is climbing up and then just drops off. So what are we gonna do next? We gotta just do these last two and then we're gonna do this one.
Okay. Was it Bobby or Billy that says?
Bobby beer.
Bobby.
And so
Bobby's about.
when will then be now? That's a really good question. I don't even know why I got this. It's supposed to be German something or other. A German style Schwarzbier.
That'll be good.
You wanna try it?
You'll like that because you like the dark malts.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Do you do this for every stream where you like go and pick out beers that like match the brew day?
Not to this extent.
Not to this extent. Yeah, this is the most beer I've ever gotten for a brew day.
Ooh, he's trying to impress you.
Yeah. I get it.
He's like, well, you're
Sam will be
packaging shit.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm sitting here like, man, this is way more fun than my usual day.
This is yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I need to get. Where'd you get this glass from? I need 10 of them.
Sam, I'll get you a couple.
The warehouse.
See, Em hasn't finished his last, so we better just put some more in ours.
Give me just a grip, a smidge.
A little drippy?
Drip drop.
Oh, drippy?
Boom. Thank you.
You ever watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Of course.
Oh, drippy? Like the mold guy?
What'd they rename it to?
They renamed
They
it?
renamed it?
I thought it went from like Aqua Teen Hunger Forces to like, maybe I'm crazy.
I think you're making that up.
Yummy.
Okay, probably.
Looks quite a bit different than the last one.
All right, we got a clean bucket.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Oh yeah. I love that.
I have to get through this stupid Maibach first.
Yeah, we usually will have
Like 3.
like 3 at the most.
Yeah.
And they don't always match.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't drink a lot of German Pilsners. I do drink that German wheat beer quite often. But yeah, I went down to the brew shop yesterday, and so they have a bunch of singles in their area, and they just had a bunch of German Pilsners. So that's why I got them all.
Selling well too.
Yeah, I'm sure. They wouldn't have them
Yeah.
there, but yeah, they had. I mean, I basically just got every one they had.
That's great.
So they had, I guess maybe 6 German Pilsners, 1 German wheat, and then I had 1 slot left, so I got a Japanese rice lager, which was quite tasty. Drank it last.
Someone was asking what the grain bill was, and 90% Pilsner, 10% Great Chit, which is a local malt house here, but you could do 100% Pilsner. We're brewing a Pilsner.
Yeah.
We decided that had a little body. But simple brew day, and we're chilled down, and the bucket's ready. So should we get Sam?
Yeah. Sorry,
Sam was leaving.
Sorry. I'm ignoring all my other work responsibilities today.
I'm going to change batteries real quick. Just to be safe.
So what are we doing?
Waiting for Lebby.
Oh.
My bad.
It just started blinking.
Made a Schwartz beer with you.
That's pretty good. That's a good one.
I feel like
We'll get it.
that's a old recipe in the homebrew community. Made a Schwartz beer with you. Might have been an old NB recipe.
What?
Made a Schwartz beer with you,
Is Schwartz be with you?
or made a Schwartz beer.
Isn't he just referencing Spaceballs? Okay. Making sure.
Fuck, that movie's so good.
I've seen Spaceballs. It's been a long time. Sorry.
All right, so we're at the point now. We're gonna transfer the sweet wort. It's not beer at this stage because it hasn't been fermented. So we're gonna transfer the wort into our fermenter, which in this case is one of our 6.5 gallon buckets. Off camera, I cleaned, or would be PBW'd it, and then I star sanded it. So
Yeah.
it's ready to go. And then Airlock has star sanded it here. So if you wanna go around the front, and this is where you have to be mindful of like hoses and like hoses touching fermenters and stuff like that, mainly because this like isn't a sanitized thing
Right.
at this point. So You can, if you want, put your hands on some sanitizer. There's a bucket back there.
Which one's got the sanitizer in it?
Or you can put some gloves on, whatever you want to do.
I don't care. It's just dunk it. Which one is the
Which one's the?
sanitizer?
The one by Libby, sorry.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So that's going in there.
We'll
Just
move
pop it up
we'll move
here.
it up
You
here
move that
for,
lid, yeah.
for the video,
Sure.
for the film.
So we're good, right? I don't want to screw anything up.
Let's see. Well, we're gonna take the lid off,
Okay.
and then I'll unclip this,
Okay.
and then you're just gonna hold the hose
Gotcha.
above here and fill the bucket.
Got you.
Libby, do you mind tossing this in the star sand? And the lid's going back in the star sand. Yeah, so. And then obviously you want to make sure your ball valve's closed at this point.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
I think I closed it off screen, and then you're just gonna hold it in there, and then we'll blast it full. Yeah, you just don't want it to touch anything.
So like hold it up, Sam.
Yeah, you
or
don't want it to touch.
Oh, got you.
you can put it down there, but so try not to touch the edge of the lid, and then get Libby hold it up so Libby can get a shot of it.
Yeah, you can lift it like up, like even
There
up
you
there.
go.
You go.
Got you.
By the way, this is going to be a full brew day video. This is the live stream of the filming. This is how we do it.
And I think we'll show Sam at the end how to take a gravity reading with the hydrometer. Just
Sure, yeah, why not?
because you're gonna probably have a hydrometer, an expensive tool at the end to take
Yeah.
a measurement. So, and then he'll know how it works, which would be cool.
We're gonna use the Antoine.
No. Like a
we'll
straight
do,
up hydrometer, yeah.
Actual hydrometer,
Yeah.
not a digital hydrometer.
No. Yeah, we have a like fancy like digital one that uses like your phone to give you like the actual gravity, but we're gonna use the one we sell,
Yeah.
the inexpensive.
The one that I recognize. Yeah.
Yeah, the one you know. Man, if this is anything near any of the beers we brewed today, home run.
Anything, the beers we drank today.
That's what I meant. Did I say brewed?
Nah, I knew that. I knew what
You know what I mean. But yeah, the brew day, honestly, the only thing we forgot to do was the lactic acid. First brew day, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
No. For a 100th brew day, it's not bad.
No.
For your final brew day, it's not bad. This guy's saying we can put the hydrometer right in the bucket.
Yeah, you definitely can do that. We might do that.
What happens if it breaks, though?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's advised that you don't do that because you could break it in the bucket.
When do we take advisement into
That's
consideration?
true. Yeah,
Never.
we generally don't.
But at that point, it's like, I did all this work. Like, this is
Yeah.
the one thing.
You
But
know what? Let's put it in the bucket.
let's put it in the
man.
bucket. Yeah. F it. Let's
It's probably
put it in the bucket.
bad to
Bucket,
do
bucket.
that for beginners, but fuck it, let's put it in the bucket.
Yeah.
New company slogan.
Bucket, buy our bucket.
Is it still flowing? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just playing a little bit.
Hey, man. Yeah, you're just aerating. Not a bad thing.
Yeah.
And apparently, dry yeast does not need aeration.
JW says, listen to Kyle.
And then it says no. So I don't know what's happening.
I'm really particular with the advice that I follow. I'll take every single shortcut in the book except for putting the hydrometer.
I know.
in the
Like,
bucket.
you'll.
But you know why I don't
use
do
dirty.
that shortcut?
Good.
I don't even take a reading.
I know. You don't even, you're like, I'm not even bothering
I
with
don't
any.
care.
Yeah, pick up too. Nice.
There we go.
And then just pop her back in this kettle. The clip is literally just to keep it from falling out or spraying you in the face.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It looks beautiful in there.
Yeah.
It smells nice. So at this point, we have a lid that is in star sand.
And I really
Oh,
wish
wait, but
this
before
camera
that-
was a little more mobile.
Before that, we should probably talk about yeast
There you go.
and what yeast does.
You guys hop back over that way.
So, you want to hear something real lame?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Serious question. Do brewers make beer?
I'm gonna go with no because I feel like I'm being guided.
Yeah, just telling you something
Don't
dumb.
do Sam like that. Come on now.
Brewers don't make beer, they make wort. Yeast makes beer.
Yeah.
I hate that. But yeast is what turns the sweet wort into
I think I've
alcohol.
met at least 20 people in my life who would say that, unironically.
Yeah, I know. But like, it's a thing people say, and it's
It
whatever.
makes sense. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. Kind of like how bakers don't bake bread. The oven does.
Right. People don't drive cars; they drive themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I never heard that one.
That one doesn't make any sense to me, but
Yeah. You know. Right, guys. Right.
you guys get it, right?
But anyway, I was just being silly.
Yeah.
But like a lot of homebrew stuff's kind of corny like that. I think. No offense to anybody out there. Everyone
Who
out
likes
there.
corn?
They're all removing it from their
I
podcast.
said a lot of homebrewers are very corny.
Oh, gotcha.
And I said sorry to everybody out there.
All the people
It's good practice too to just put a little like sanitizer on the packet and on your scissors.
Okay.
Libby, wherever you need us,
Yeah, right
I'm
here's
just
cool.
I'm just lining it up for them.
Perfect.
And if you want to just dip them in there.
Do you kind of do like a rub down, or
Yeah,
just like
give
a
it
tip?
a little. Give it a little. Just a
Why
little,
not? You
And
know,
then the pack.
I wouldn't.
You want to give it a rub down?
I mean,
I usually have a bigger bowl, but I couldn't find it.
Say, I don't know how the tip isn't really doing
Yeah, let me
much.
give you a bigger bowl.
Emmett likes the rub down.
You're not a rub down
He's
guy?
not shy to do that on camera generally either. But whatever.
It's bad practice.
But, yeah.
I don't think it's bad practice. I think it's valid.
If you do it, we will put sound effects on it and throw it in the final
Yeah.
video, and it's gonna look pretty gross and embarrassing.
I believe that.
So maybe don't.
I'm probably
we'll
gonna tell
do
my
it.
mom to watch
Yeah.
this. So
You want What's that?
Oh, that
I'm
was your,
probably gonna tell my mom to watch
Yeah,
this.
that was your first mistake.
You know what? We should have invited your mom as well, and that's
dude.
not even a joke.
Yeah.
Usually people would say something like that as a joke.
All right, now what am I doing? Just
You can give the packet a dip. Like
the packet a dip?
Yeah.
Okay. This is crazy.
If you order anything from us,
you go.
and
Both packets?
You do one at a time though, and make sure Libby's got a good shot. That's the main thing.
if you order
So hold it up
anything
to
from
Libby.
us in like the first quarter of 2024 or the last quarter of 2023, there's a good chance that Sam's mom actually helped package it.
Yeah, solid possibility.
Yeah.
All right. What am I doing?
Don't put it in the wrong one. And then just do you can do a little sprinkle across.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
It just looks pretty.
I feel like that Johnny Depp meme or whatever it is with the salt.
I don't know if I know that
I'm
one.
an old man, sir.
You're talking about like Salt Bay. That's not Johnny
Yeah.
Depp,
Is that
right?
not Johnny Depp?
No, it's not.
It looks like Johnny Depp.
It does kind of look like Johnny Depp. I
was
never
Keanu
thought about
Reeves.
Does
that.
it count? No.
Dude, what is going on? I can't get this camera.
And then do the same with the second.
Same with the second.
And if you were fermenting this warmer, like under pressure, like we were talking about earlier, you'd need one packet of yeast. You wouldn't need two. But since we're actually going to lager this at a colder temperature, you need 2 packets of yeast.
Got you.
And again, your recipe kit will come with 2 for you. Let me get out of the way.
There you go. Oh, Libby, you're right in front of my
Sorry.
shot. There you go.
Nice.
I think Libby's shot's more important than your
Dude.
live stream shot, Kyle.
That Johnny
I'm
Depp.
just saying.
That Johnny Depp salt shot was amazing.
Look at that smile. $1 million smile right there. Keanu Reeves, I'm pretty sure. Guys. Man, that smells like yeast.
Yeah, it does.
Yeast looks so funny to me. It's like little pills.
It does look a little weird. Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's 2 packets. Cold fermentation.
That's got that good old toe jam.
Yeah, it does. That's when you know it's good.
One bucket. Look at this all right now.
All right, who wants a lid?
Yeah, let's let it run.
Little trash can out.
All right, it's out in the living room.
I guess we're just gonna aerate after.
It's dry yeast.
Oh, no aeration
No
necessary.
aeration necessary. Do you know the bucket lid trick?
How to put it on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
figured you would.
Kyle actually taught me how, because I asked you, and you couldn't give me an answer.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm fired.
It happens sometimes.
Emmett sent an email to the people who supply our buckets. Are like, the buckets are messed up. I was like, guys, come on, man. This is.
Well, I told you to start
the lid on.
Well,
right.
I told you to put it in the corner, right? Like in the video.
No. Well, it's specifically like, I think you said to start from one side and work your way
I think
around.
my wording
but I
wasn't
didn't
great.
know that you had to have it at an angle. And so
I usually
Here's the
that
thing,
was the
it
key.
is. They're difficult to get on if you don't know how to.
They're
They're
super tight
impossible.
bucket.
I don't know how you could.
They are.
There was a customer
When first-
actually who contacted me saying he used a hydraulic press to put the lid on.
Crap.
And I was like,
Pretty good.
you don't need to do that.
the video I always point
That's
people
the kind
to.
of person you want to be friends with.
Yeah.
because, like,
They own a
figure out,
They own a hydraulic press. But the beet beer we
It's not
brewed,
necessary.
we got a tutorial in that. So that's I should have just sent you that because that's typically the video I send people
Yep.
is the how to brew that beer. If anybody's looking for a fun beer to brew,
We should rebrew that.
that beet beer is so we should brew that this spring. It was delicious.
It was surprisingly different. I mean, it was very different, but surprisingly good.
like earthy and good.
yeah,
Okay,
no, it was like
It was kind of because it was like earthy hops
yeah,
in a way.
earthy.
It was
and
great.
Strangely good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
Oh, yeah.
beet red.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was great.
Beet red.
Call it beet red. Boom.
No.
All right.
All right.
What's the trick? Bob?
See it, Sam.
You
It's
know it?
not as easy to
what?
do on
Oh,
top
the
of
lid?
the table, but
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Let's see if I
You
can.
might want to put it on the floor, but
we'll-
he's a young
oh,
man.
you can do it, man.
I don't know
You
about
can
it.
do it, Sam.
I
You might
can't.
have to do like
No,
a
there's like no way.
WWE top rope.
Let's see if I can.
Do you need a stool?
Yeah.
A stool. Can Kyle pick me up?
Is this where
This is how you sell a bucket right here.
I'd pick you
Make
up,
it
but
look
we-
as easy as
I'm
possible.
putting it on
I'd
the
pick you
ground.
up, but we don't have
This is
HR.
ridiculous.
Let me see if I can get it on there.
All right, try it. I'm not tall enough. That's the problem. I have no leverage.
It's all about the angle.
And the
And
leverage.
having
Yeah.
dirty hands and put your hand right in the bucket.
That's what we want.
Oh, twice.
Nice. You're fired.
Oh, you might have to put it on the floor.
the wart go everywhere.
That'd be bad.
Kyle, you ruined this brew day. We were doing so well.
Literally, I just got a cramp in mine.
We were having a great time. Things were moving
Sam,
along smoothly.
Hand it back up
All
to
right.
you.
I can't read the chat anymore.
There we go.
There it is.
It's all about that angle. It's all about that angle.
The nice thing about the bucket is you get a real nice tight seal.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, geez.
Getting it off is almost as fun as putting it on.
That's what the tool's for.
Let's see that orange stuff.
There we go. We're on there.
And then
Damn,
last,
you did it, man. Pop it back up top.
last step is, well, second to last step. And then the airlock is the last thing.
Okay.
And then just be mindful. You don't want to push that
Yeah,
through,
right.
but
Yep.
if it's wet, it pretty much slides right in. Get my beard hair off. That's not mine, actually. That's brown. Boom, shakalaka.
Beautiful.
And then you want it pretty much where you have it's perfect.
Cool.
Half full. And then I think the last step that makes this the easiest lager is putting it in the crawl space.
Yeah, which we'll do off stream.
Yeah, we'll do it on camera off stream. If you want to see our crawl space, you have to watch the full video.
You have to get hired by Kyle to see the crawl space.
But we want to thank everybody for encouraging Sam on his first brew day.
Thanks everybody for joining.
We'll putting up a grade scale.
Okay.
How well of a teacher I was. How well of a
Oh,
teacher.
I thought it was how well of a job I did.
Well-
I was like, I don't need to know that.
I mean, you're only as good as your teacher.
True.
So A+.
Sweet.
I can't see the chats.
Oh, sorry.
It's been blocked off for a little while.
Lager yeast, yes, 3470, 2 packs. Why not aerate with dry? JW explained it last week, and I don't remember. But there's science.
Yeah, what about no G gravity?
We're gonna take that.
lipids they need.
We're gonna take that gravity
Which is what
reading.
was explained last week.
We talked about it,
Okay, yeah.
and people are calling us out, which is fair. We got plenty in our hoses. Can't catch a a break here. Jeez Louise, guys and girls.
We just want tacos.
What's a clean space for that? Where do we want to do this, Kyle? Maybe where's a good shot for the photo?
You're fine.
Yeah, that'll work. Let's move some of those glasses.
Get some of the clutter out of the way.
Well, we'll keep the glasses so we can keep drinking, but we'll hide them.
Yeah, there you go. Put it over.
What happened to the dark
need
one?
that beer though.
What happened to that Schwartz beer you guys were drinking?
It's gone, man. You're
Snooze, you
doing
lose.
too slow.
I had to drink that stupid Maibach like an idiot.
Can I have my glasses back though? There we go.
It's over here.
Here, I think
Have a
this is
shot.
rosemary. You can take a sip. Do you want mine?
Nah, I'm good. I'll be all right.
Alright. Kyle didn't care.
I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this. This is my job today. It's just keeping this moving along. We're gonna drink this next beer.
What's your job?
Just opening things.
Showing up once the brew day's done.
This is not what we do every day, Sam. Don't be-
Sure.
Once a week.
Like twice a week right now.
Yeah, actually. Okay.
Alright.
And then I pay for it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so Kyle, you're good at science. Color's nice on that. We actually put a Warflock tablet in too.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Look at us.
I feel like this is a little. This is a little full.
It could be.
Once we drop the hydrometer.
Oh
it's
yeah,
gonna
it'll make a
overflow for
mess. Yeah. How come? Oh, here we go. Bobby beer.
Sure. That's gonna be a good beer. I can tell already. I'm gonna drink a little bit more of that. Sam, you wanna try it?
So what am I drinking here? Like
This is unfermented
beer.
It's gonna taste completely different than that. That's like bitter, like tea, like sweet tea.
Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah, it tastes like, wow. That's a crazy flavor.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I don't dislike it.
It's really
wouldn't drink it on purpose.
gritty.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
You wouldn't catch me like with a glass of this.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun. You want to try it?
Well, now we can't take a rating.
I know we need a little bit more now.
We got plenty.
I'll put a little bit more.
There's plenty in the hose. I'm just making you feel that.
Let's see here. I'm definitely gonna spill some now. This will be the first spill of the brew day. All right, man. All right, stop. Oh.
Do you want a plate to put it under
Now I'll just pour some out
for the homies?
for the homies. All right, cool.
All right. Sweet. So this is super simple. You just pop that in there and give it a twist.
Okay.
Ooh, yep.
This beer is delicious.
This beer is nice. Very bright.
This
that
is
the right
very
word?
citrusy.
Yeah, very bright. Hendersonville.
Which end goes in there?
Like a little yeasty in a good way.
Oops. Gave you the wrong thing.
I was gonna say, doesn't look like any hydrometer I've ever seen.
How did we get a wine thief in there? That's hilarious. Sorry, Sam.
There you go.
That was not on purpose. Hilarious.
Those are
Franken.
amazing.
Funny prank, guys.
Real funny, guys. Making you guys look dumb.
All right, so we're going that end, right?
Yep. And then give it feel that out, and then if it's gonna overflow, just pour some.
Sure, hold up. Let me, yeah.
Just pour some. Yeah, let's pour some.
I got you.
Cool. Don't go too crazy. Oh, there we go.
Wait, stop. Let's look at the amount. Let's look where this is.
So we know going forward.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
This
like
is
right at the
on,
100.
This is right on the label.
On the top
The
of the
100,
on
like
the
the
t-
100.
on the top of the blue letters on the 1 milliliter.
There we go. No, it's above the actual. Man, that's perfect.
Is
I'm gonna let go of it.
I was going with it's like right above that.
It was like right in the middle of
Oh,
the
I
100.
wasn't looking at that side, but yeah, right
Yep.
in the middle of that. I'm gonna give it a little spin.
You see the little bubbles?
Yep.
You want to, if you spin it, that will make those should make them go away, and you kind of want them to go away because it's hard to get a reading when you
Yeah.
have those bubbles. And then I don't know if you remember from like science class back in the day, like the meniscus, how it like the liquid will like curve up like that. just a word. I just like to throw big words out.
Yeah, you like to pretend to be smarter than yeah.
No, I mean, I don't. But
I get you. I'm the same way.
Science thing. Like it'll kind of go up. So when you're reading it, you kind of want to like get down at the level
Yeah.
to get it. And then.
So when this is just telling us the alcohol per volume or whatever.
Yes.
Looks like it's like
So
just under 5%.
yeah. So what you want to actually read are, see that number there, like the 40.
Yeah.
Remember when I was kind of like joking around earlier about that beer that was like 1040? Like so that's like 1.040. So that's like 1040.
Yeah.
So we're like at like 1039. I would say maybe it's like right below 1040. So that's kind of where we're at. So that's
What's the target on this one?
It's a little bit higher, but
We're high, or the target was higher.
The target's a little higher.
Yeah.
We abbreviated the mash and the boil again.
Yeah, we really mucked this one up in terms of the planning. We completely changed everything.
Again, shocking. Shocking that we do that. So, I mean, we're not far off. We were shooting for 1047, so we're at 1040.
Yeah.
So, a little bit longer mash in the boil, we'd be there. But again, our recipe kits that we sell are dialed in. This is kind of like us just mess around.
I'm wondering what the. Oh, you know what the deal is?
We didn't boil off.
Yeah, we have more liquid
Yeah.
in the fermenter than
Yeah.
we thought we were going to.
So,
Because we changed to a.
but for
120.
a Pilsner, man, I'm stoked on a 1040.
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
cool.
great.
Yep.
So, that'd be a little bit more better than it would be. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, so basically, what you would do is take that number, and at the end of fermentation, you'll take another sample like this. It'll give you another number. It'll be like 1010, like somewhere like that at the end of fermentation. And then there's calculators online. You just type in your 1040, your 1010, then it gives you your ABV. So that's just a way to measure your potential alcohol by volume. Doesn't mean it's going to necessarily give you that 5% that we're shooting for. Like if you look at that gauge, 4.5%, 5%, but the math at the end will let you know. So again, like stuff you don't really need to worry about on your first brew day. If you just follow a recipe, you have an ingredient kit, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
Pretty cool.
All right. Oopsie. All right. Well, here's the deal. Sam's first day of brewing is in the books. Nice job. I wasn't here, but I assume you did well. Nothing's spilled on the floor like Libby's first brew day.
I poured some hops in the hot basket. That's about it.
you did great.
Wait, well, you put hops here?
Yeah.
That's where they go?
Yeah. It was in the right spot.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
you nailed it, man.
Yeah.
That's like one of the hardest things. So put them in there, not in there.
Yeah. It was close, but we got it.
Yeah, JW makes the actual recipe kits that we sell, so he does the math correct. We are idiots and don't. So
I like that. Yeah, J-Dub's calling us out like, hey, listen, these guys are morons.
dummies.
Don't worry, there's one smart guy here.
So basically, we have someone who knows what they're doing helping us out, as always.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
But
Sam's our warehouse manager. He, if you ever email about a lost package or you just want to know where it's at, if it hasn't shipped yet, or
Shipping estimates. You want to know how much it's going to cost you. Something arrived broken. You're talking to me.
or you've ever ordered anything at all, Sam shipped it out and sent it to you.
Yep.
So
Grubby little hands all over it.
yeah.
His fingerprints are there.
So yeah. Anyway,
Please
first
not
brew
steal my
day,
DNA.
we wanted Sam to know how to brew some beer, and I think we probably should have sent him to somewhere else.
should have sent that to JW.
He knows how we do it.
Yeah, this is how we do it. Basically, it doesn't matter.
So you guys got his contact information. Like
When people email us, we have to pretend like we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, JW will actually update the recipe. We always mess up. That's how we do. Makes it fun. But this will be a delicious beer. I'm excited.
Yeah. So subscribe if you haven't, or join our channel and join us for the next live brew day. We're gonna live stream every brew day in 2025. That's our goal.
And we're gonna longer this for a minute because we're gonna be out of town.
Yeah. So yeah, this recipe actually will be turned into an actual 10-minute video. That's more dialed in. That's not gonna happen for a while.
Yep. We're gonna let it
it'll be up-
lager. It'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be up on the channel at some point. So look forward to that. All right, we good?
Cool.
We done?
Bye.
All right.
Thanks for watching,
guys.
Thanks everybody for joining.
Thanks for the help on the first wort hop additions, the pHs. JW, you're the man. Appreciate it. See you, buddies.
All right, see you.
Thanks for jumping in.
Take it
See you,
easy.
Tony. See you, Will.
Enjoy
See
your
you, Peter.
Friday.
See you, boys. See ya.